Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. We're just seconds away now from job reports. Are we going to pump or dump on these numbers? Let's bring everything up to date for you. It's about to kick off. We're listening in, we're watching in the next few seconds at the half hour. 3 seconds to go. Let's see what happens. Non-farm payrolls, unemployment. Here we go. Waiting for it now. Waiting for it. Non-farm payrolls, 142. Non-farm payrolls, 142,000. Unemployment rate
donated $1.99
unemployment rate 4.2. Unemployment rate has come down, and the markets are pumping. The unemployment rate has come down, not gone up. People were worried there would be an emergency 0.5% rate cut because unemployment had skyrocketed. Well, it hasn't. It's 4.2. It's exactly as planned and previous. It's come down from 4.3. We're in for a relatively good morning. Let's get all the numbers and let's listen to Bloomberg feed. Here we go.
That is because if you took 86,000 away from last month's very low number, you're not going to get very much. Average hourly earnings up 0.4, much stronger than the 0.2 of the month before of July, even higher than the 0.3 anticipated. And weekly hours rise to 34.3. Now, if you were looking for some sign that the economy was slowing, but we're not yet laying off people, you'd look for jobs to be, for hours to be cut back, and that is not what is happening at the moment. So I'll break down more of this, and John, you'll tell us what the markets think.
I was hoping you'd carry on for a little while so I could make sense of it, Mike. So initially off the back of this, the bond market got sold and then it immediately got bought. At the front end of the yield curve, we're down by 8 basis points on a 2-year. As we always say, it's the first move. This is the second move. We'll see if it sticks. On a 10-year, we're down about 5 basis points. It's a break of 370. So that's the bond market picture. In response to that in foreign exchange, dollar-yen dropping lower to about 142, so we're negative by 0.6%.
Okay.
Near session lows on that currency pair.
Nothing
the equity
major.
market turned
Good
positive
day.
initially at first look and then dropped back again. On the S&P 500, we're down by 0.5. On the Nasdaq, we're about back to where we were, down by 0.9.
Okay, that'll do from them. Thank you very much indeed for all of that. We're looking pretty good. Nothing to worry about. Let me give you the numbers right now. I'll zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. These are precise numbers. And first of all, non-farm payrolls consensus or forecast 120,000 came in at 142 non-farm payrolls. So the economy is we're going to get a soft landing. We're not going to get a 0.5% emergency cut. We're going to get a 0.25, and that's exactly what we've always expected and always wanted. Let me give you the details of it. The US economy added 142,000 jobs in August, more than downwardly revised 89,000 in July, but below forecast of 160,000. Job gains occurred in construction and healthcare. Unemployment growth in August was in line with average job growth in recent months, but was below the average monthly gain of 202. So the economy is cooling. We're not overheating, but it's all in nice balance. That's what we want. We want steady as she goes, and then we'll get a nice 0.25 every month for the next year, and we'll be in a bull market, and we'll get our 3x on the on the S&P. If we now look at the unemployment rate in the United States decreased to the unemployment rate decreased. Let me zoom in a bit more. The unemployment rate in the United States decreased to 4.2% in August from 4.3. Unemployment, less people working, unemployed, has decreased. That's good, but nothing too much, and we haven't overheated the market by going up too much either. From 4.3% in July 2024, unemployment rate in the United States averaged 5.69% from 1984 until 2024, reaching an all-time high of 14.9% in 2020, of course. Right, so that's good. And as you can see, the markets are okay with this. Nothing to worry about this morning. Very, very nice indeed. Looking for anything else? Employment rate, that will be on the 10th. Yeah, that's a few days away. We've got the FOMC report coming up. So we're all good. All good, systems as usual. All right, let's get into the show and let's read all your comments, answer all your questions. Let's see what we got this morning. All right, let's get into it. So right at the top of the show, if you've just tuned in, click subscribe and ring the bell and tap the like button. That always helps the show as well. Please do that if you wouldn't mind. It's always great to get the likes over 100, so YouTube will suggest the stream out. 104 watching. Let's have some fun, shall we? All right, let's bring on the funky music. Let's see if we can go straight into 100 straight off the bell, shall we? All right, let's do it. Okay, here it comes. Whoops, where's that gone? There you go. Let's have a look. 104 watching. The most we could probably get is about 55 because Asia don't sign in to Google. So we're at 1 like. Let me refresh the screen. I'm sure we can do better than that. Tap the like button. Let's get to 100. Share the news out. It's good news this morning. Markets are going up. We like it. 29 likes now. Okay, another 20 that'll be our target. We've got 110 watchings. The most we could get is 60. So let's get up to 50 would be great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are at 35. Should we have one more go? Try and push to 40. Get a good start this morning. Markets are up. We like it. Nothing amazing. We don't want amazing. We don't want blow off. We don't want overheating. We just want steady she goes. Get a rate cut, and then Then as we come into the Santa rally, we're going to see a rise by the end of the year. That's all we got to do. 35. What have we got now? 43. Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. More than I deserve. I appreciate it very much indeed. Thanks ever so much. There you go. All right, lovely stuff. All right, let's get straight back to your comments and questions now. See what everyone is saying this morning, how you feel about this. As you can see, the market's going up. My portfolio's going up again. 108, nearly 109. Remember, my all-time high is 113,000. So we're off an all-time high. I haven't bought this dip. It wasn't big enough. I'm certainly not selling. I'm never selling. I'm just constantly building up my position. Good morning, Lucas A. David Ewan. Good morning to you. Rumour is it's going to be a good job report. And it is. We're all fine. Nothing amazing. Just business as usual. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning all. Steve Wally. How are you this morning? Lovely to have you here. Lynn, live in hell. Good morning to you, one of our new members. It's going to be so many jobs, the best jobs. Songs for space. Well, I wouldn't say it was quite that good. I heard they will revise the jobs even higher, and none of them were government jobs. There you go. Good morning. Hey, Rick. Hi, David. Good morning, David. I hope for a good jobs report and a good day in the market. I could use some gains. Oh, couldn't we all? But that's what it's all about. Over the last few days, we've been accumulating. We've been adding to our positions. Some of you have. I've not, of course. I'm just holding. I'm already in at the lowest levels from January. Hey, songs, Mike. Mike, great job last night. Thank you very much indeed. Can you believe last night? Can you believe last night? I want to put a big shout out to my moderators last night who did an amazing job. We covered Avgo Broadcom earnings for the very, very first time. Very first time we've done Avgo. So you would expect probably somewhere in the region of 200-300 views. It's a stock we've never done before. What did we end up with? And Mike was very busy. We ended up with, how many do you think? Last night. 200-300. If it's a really good one, you might get 1,000. Never done the stock before. We don't rank for it. No one's ever heard about us. No one's ever heard of us. What do you reckon we did? 1,000? That'd be really good. So Mike was very busy. Nope. 9,800. So thank you very much last night, Mike, my moderators. You worked extremely hard. I can't thank you enough for all your service that you provide to the channel. Thank you very, very much indeed for that. All right, really do appreciate it. Let me just bring my back down to there again. There we go. That's where I need to be. Okay, back to there. All right, cool. Back to there again. All right, we're getting sorted. So thank you again, Mike. and all moderators. Here we go. Shall we turn green? Let's predict it. Let's already go green, shall we? It's a good number. Yeah, I'm going to go green. You watch, it'll go back down again now. Morning, folks. Good morning, Songs for Space. Good morning, people. Hi, Dylan. Good morning to you. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. Hi, Livin. Love this channel. Johan, thank you so much indeed. I love you being here. Really do appreciate it. If you'd like to be a member of the channel, consider being a member. You get many perks indeed. Let me do my daily update. The user is not enabled for live streaming. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Let me just correct this. Okay, let's put that in there. Continue. Yes. Since Google upgraded, has done some updates, odd things happen every morning. But there it is. Martin Lucas, yes. Just got to do this, then I'll come to your questions. I see we got a super chat just come in. Right. Should have fixed it now. Okay. Yes, there we go. There's my alpha spread if you want the software. Music, of course, tonight. It's the party. It's the price, party, and prediction. Every Friday, we do an ad-free 2-hour show predicting the prices for next week. We do it on the party channel, so I turn the ads off. You don't see any ads at all, and we have fun. That's coming up tonight. If you want to be a member, there's the membership link. Here's my X account. There's the all links button. And there is Discord. But remember, don't even sign up for Discord unless you want to be a Discord subscriber or you are a YouTube member and you want me to upgrade you. It's only available for YouTube members and Discord subscribers. We're not trying to grow the biggest, getting everybody in. We're just trying to grow the best. And we only have investors, scammers and bots and trolls and people messing around, just not welcome. Okay? All right, let me come back to here. Let's have a look here. Sup, Mike, David Ewan, how are you this morning? Here we go, Butch Kravitz, a $2 super chat. Thank you very much indeed for the super chat. Butch, are you still here? Let me have a look. Good American name, that, isn't it? Butch Kravitz, I love it. Are you here? Are you here? There you go. You asked me, can we talk about where you think Apple is going? Well, I can't do a full review. You have to be a member for a full review. I'm afraid, no matter how much super chat you give me, you have to be a member if you want me to do a full review. And I'm asking people not to super chat me at the moment until I finish off. I've just got a few more reviews to do, and I'll be done. And then we can start doing reviews again for super chats. But quick remark to Apple, and I will give you a quick remark to it. I am very bullish on Apple. I would not be trading Apple. I'm not trading Apple. I simply own Apple through the S&P. If we just have a look at the stocks this morning, I'll show you. There's the S&P slightly down. The S&P Global is flat at the moment. Virgin Galactic is just down slightly. Palantir is flat. Gold is up. Amazon is slightly down. Apple is up. There's the one you're talking about. I said 225 was my price target. We hit there. We went through. We've trimmed off recently, but we've got the new iPhone about to come out with the AI. And I'm not really that bothered about it. I've got an iPhone 14 Pro Max. I'm not going to be getting the new iPhones. Is it 16? Is it 6? I think it's a 16. 15, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to be getting it. I'm not that bothered about it. But a lot of people will because of the AI element to it. Then Apple, a couple of weeks later, is bringing out the AI element, and you'll be able to pay extra for that service. Again, I don't know how many people do it, but it will generate some income. I'm sure it'll be popular. So Apple is one to hold and own. I like it going forward. I like its integration with what it's doing with Google and Amazon and Nvidia and all the other things. I see a great future for Apple. Got no issue there at all. I would not be selling it. I want Apple to continue to work for me. So I own it through the S&P. I don't own it individually, of course. I don't own any stocks individually, so you can't accuse me of pumping and dumping. But yeah, Apple's great. Excuse me. I thought I was going to sneeze then. Yep, there it was. Okay, excuse me. So there you go. Apple, I hope that answers your question. Very happy to own Apple through the S&P. I've got no issues with it at the moment. All tech is a little bit weak at the moment, but that's perfectly normal. Won't someone think of the shareholders? What do you mean? Hope it affects the market like we want it to, like it's supposed to. Just like we expect good earnings reports to make stocks go up, but almost every one I've seen go down. You got to understand, though, David Ewan, you're missing the point here. The point is investors and the ones that can move the market, not the retail investors, but the ones that can move the market, buy the future price. They are looking 6 months ahead, even a year ahead. The stock market is 6 months to a year ahead of the economy. No one is buying today thinking about where it is today. It's where they think it's positioning for where it's going in the future. So if a stock does well and the earnings is good, like we saw Nvidia, and we also saw last night, we saw a good earnings from Broadcom. Good earnings, good guidance, everything great. Doesn't always go up. Why? Because it's already been bought up. It's already priced in. What we're doing now is we are we're dumping it because we know it's going to go up. And that kind of sounds odd. You think, well, why would you dump it if you think it's going to go up? The simple reason is this. If you're a whale and you're Wall Street and you can move the market, you dump it, take in profit, drive it down so you can do it again because you know ultimately it's going to go up again. You can buy it back. So that's what you do. Now, sometimes stocks go down on bad news. Sometimes stocks go up on good news. But it can go the other way because if you're just looking at the immediate reaction, you're missing the point of what investing is. Traders are trying to find the moments where they can bounce off trends and all that other stuff. And that's why we have Sensei on Sunday to explain all that to you. But really, an investor is looking at the business and where the business will be 6 months, 12 months, 10 years from now. And then people are positioning every day to get in and out and move everything around. So, if we get a good earnings like we've had on Nvidia, why is it sold off? Well, it was priced to perfection. People are expecting even more from it. And people are bullish on it, despite all the Bloomberg false reporting, the news, the FUD, the subpoenas that doesn't exist, all that stuff. It's still good news. So you dump it. When we get the Fed rates, then things are going to change. Things are going to go up and people are back in again. Now you have to remember, again, also, people with big money, real money, those that can move the market, don't risk their money. They don't need their money. They don't need their money to be invested when there's volatility. They can just get out, sit on the sidelines, buy back in again, drive it up again. Now, as we're talking about the Fed and the rate cuts, we predicted 18 months ago in the summer of 24, there would be a rate cut, 0.25%. Some of you called for an emergency rate cut, and I said, no, we don't want an emergency rate cut. That would not be good, and we're not going to get an emergency rate cut. We're going to get a 0.25 on FOMC report day. And we're going to cover it live and expect the biggest event of anyone. So join us for that. But what will that do to the market? I've left my lights green because I believe we're going to have a green day today. It's a good unemployment numbers. Right. If the rates come down, which they will, right, what does that mean for the market? Not a great deal, actually. Again, there's cattle market trading, a little bit of horse trading going on. But long term, where I'm looking at, where the markets are going, where the economy is going, nothing. And why I mean nothing is the S&P is driven by the Mag 7. It takes like 30% of the S&P. They don't care about rate cuts. They don't care. In fact, it doesn't help them at all because they make money from high interest rates. They've got a lot of cash sitting around making money. They don't care when rates go down. If rates go up, they make more money on their uninvested cash, and they also increase their margins to crush the competition. It affects small caps, small, medium caps, emerging new businesses. But we do need, there we go. But we do need new businesses. Isn't it nice to see green again? It's wonderful, isn't it? But we do need new businesses, new innovative ideas. So rates being down allows people to borrow money again. People spend more money, new businesses emerge and so on and so forth. But the big businesses don't really care. It doesn't really bother them. So don't expect a massive surge straight away. But it does mean the economy is stronger. It does mean the stock market is stronger. And going forward, once we come up to December and we get the Santa rally and we get the election behind us, because remember, we got that as well. And remember what I just said about uncertainty. It's all about uncertainty. If you're a billionaire and you've got billions of dollars or even trillions of dollars in the broader market sitting on the sidelines, you're not going to jump into anything until you know where it's going. All right. Wall Street don't invest. They trade day by day. But they're always looking ahead, even though they trade day by day. So that's my forecast for what's going on. And David Ewan, I hope that explains it all a little bit to you. But there you go. It's a green day. No worries at all. Totally not a pig harvest. Definitely won't be revised down by 500%. Everything under control. Nothing to surprise. The Fed cuts. Yep, soft landing. Absolutely right. Yep, the Fed is always right and never overshoots. I wouldn't say that. Now the stock market needs to reflect this. I'm tired of being down. I went from 307 to 240 in the last 2 months. David Ewan, yeah, but the thing is, on the green days, what do? Nothing. The red days is when you work. The red days is when you plant the seeds in the ground, when you dig the ditches. It's all about the red days. Now, it just goes up. That's why I bought with margin. That's why I'm all in. It didn't go low enough for this recent dip. I was already in at lower prices, and I've already got enough shares to take me to $1 million. All right? $1 million is what I've got here by the end of the decade. I've got 83,000 invested in cash. You can see my margin position. You see my Roth IRA. Essentially, I've got $200,000 invested at much lower prices than they are today. I'm using margin. I'm using all the cash I've got. I can't be more bullish. I can't be more invested. I can't put any more in. Yes, I could use even more margin, but why would I want to? If I wanted to borrow money and use even more margin, I would have just used more on the carry trade when it was down, and I would have used more back in January. Not now. I want to be hundreds of percent up, not 5 or 10%. I don't invest to make 5%. I invest to make hundreds of percent. And I want my margin of error to be so wide, I don't care if the market goes down 50% in a day. I just buy more. My job now is to earn money in my job. My job is YouTube. Earn money and pay down the margin so I actually own these shares rather than borrow the shares. That makes sense? All right. Don't need my stocks to skyrocket. I just need to go back to where they were 2 months ago. Well, I hope you've been buying the dips or in some form. Nvidia's down 15% on the 3 months. Yeah, but so what? It's up thousands of percent. If you bought it 5 years ago, are you bothered? I've got a multi-millionaire friend that owns Amazon. He bought millions of shares of Amazon years and years ago. He never worries when the markets go down. Doesn't care. He doesn't care. And that's the point. If you bought, it's all about, like the Chinese say, the best time to invest in the market is 10 years ago, if not today. That's it. And just wait. You put the seeds in the ground, you grow the trees. You have to give it time to grow. No one's got any patience anymore. Nvidia back to 107. Let me have a quick look. Let's go through our positions and answer some more questions. The S&P's on the way up. You said Nvidia. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 108 now. Nvidia is a $140 stock, $200 by the end of the year. Within 12 months. So it's fantastic. All oversold, all the nonsense from Bloomberg. I don't know how Bloomberg get away with it, quite frankly. But there we go. Right, before I carry on with more questions, let's just finish this job. We want always over 100 likes, folks. We always want over 100 likes, so YouTube will suggest our content out, so we will have the best audience for all our events, all right? And we can spread the good news, not the nonsense that you keep hearing. Now we've got 163. We could get pretty close to 100. Remember, half my audience in Asia don't sign to Google. 163. Here we go. 43 likes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Are we up to 60, 70 yet? Let's have a look. 57. We're nearly there. Come on. Once we get to 100, we'll get suggested out, and the broadcast will grow. 57, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 60. We'll have one more go. I was hoping we could get to 100 now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's have a look. Let's go again. 64. Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. We're nearly there. We'll get there in a minute, I hope. All right. Marvellous. Now then, let's come back to some more questions and also alert you of a very, very important event. I've got two. I just added a special event last night. Most of you don't know anything about it. So here's the first one that everyone knows everything about. Here's going to be the FOMC Nvidia Day. It's just 12 days away. If you haven't booked your front row seat, book your front row seat right now. Leave a comment. There you go. I'm sure it'll be have some exclusive content. We'll have some members only stuff as well. There is the event right there. And when you get there, make sure that you click the notification bell. Tap the like button. We've already got 151 likes for an event in 12 days. It's absolutely fantastic. Very exciting. Leave a comment in here and make your prediction. In fact, I'll run a poll in here. I just thought of that. That's a good idea, Martin. That's a good idea. Start a poll. Okay, here we go. Rate cuts. So 0.25%, 0.5%, or unchanged. Okay. Right. I want to see how you vote on this. All right. There's the poll. So I'll give the link again. If everyone can just jump in, I want to see what you think of this. Let's have a poll. Let's have a there you go. Let's have a vote. There you go. Click on the link. This is, you can stay where we are. It's still watching me now, but go and vote here and leave your comment as well. This is the event that's happening in 12 days' time. There we go. We got one vote just come in. One vote so far, 0.25. Well, you all know what I think. I think 0.25 as well. But let's see what we get. See how many votes we get. We've got 2 votes now. Oh, we got a 0.5. We've got 3 votes. 67% now. This is interesting. The link's in the chat. Just go and vote on this and come straight back. Make sure when you're there, you tap the like button so you're reminded of this event. Let's see if we get 100 votes. Okay, 50-50 now. 0.25 and 0.5. Interesting. Let's have a look. 5 votes. 0.25, 60%. No one is saying unchanged. No one is saying unchanged. Let's keep watching. 7 votes. I love it. 9 votes, 10 votes. 60% now saying 0.25. If you've just tuned in the chat is the link to the FOMC report live in 12 days' time. When you go there, click reminder and click like. If you want to click share as well, that would be useful. We'll try and have the biggest event on planet Earth. All right, 151 likes. There's the share button, and make sure you click the reminder. It's just in 12 days' time. Right, let's go back to the poll. I'll be here for the show for sure. David Ewan, first person to comment. Thank you, David. Right, 13 votes now, 0.25. 13 votes, 69%, 0.25. 31% say 0.5%. That's very interesting. No one says unchanged. Okay, 13. We'll come back to that in a minute, and we'll see how that's changed. Let's see if the likes have gone up. 151, 153. There we go. We'll come back to that in a minute. Now then, while you're voting on that, let me get through all these comments as well. The market is turning very green. Nvidia is now 108. Very nice indeed. Let me share with you what's going on. Nvidia could bounce right back to where it was in minutes. It really can. 130 and then 140 and then $200 within 12 months. No doubt about it in my mind whatsoever. Now then, just before we go through all the comments, I've got more comments to answer. We've got another event for you. Another event for you, and you may not have seen the video. So I'm going to give you the video explaining what we're going to do on this special event, but you may not have seen it. And a lot of people asked me to do this. I wasn't going to do it. Never done it before, so I don't know how popular it's going to be. But here it is, the US debate, the United States debate. I've pinned it to the top. I want everyone to click on this. Here we go. This is live in 4 days' time. We're going to cover the US debate. Very, very exciting. I want to get as many people in here as we do have for Nvidia Day FOMC report. So the question I'm going to ask you in the poll is this. Who will win the debate? That's the question, not who will win the election, who will win the debate. Will it be Trump? Will it be Harris? We're going to cover it live. We're going to fact check everything. We're going to provide phone-ins, live conversation, watching the debate and everything. So it's a debate US special. There's going to be a lot of surprises on it as well. Things I think everyone's going to find really entertaining. So I'm really excited about it. Start the poll. Who will win the debate? All right. So we got Mike already and David Ewan. Let's refresh that. Now we had, here come the votes. Let's have a look. Now then, we've got 10 likes already. Okay, now then, let me zoom into this and we'll see how the poll goes. Right? We've got the poll running on this one. 15 votes now. Unchanged. Wow, 7% now, unchanged. Incredible. What about this one now? 80%, just 5 votes. We'll come back to that in a moment. We'll see how that pans out. All right. Okay. Now then, I'm going to come to the questions. Just bear with me one more moment because some of you are not aware of what we're going to do on this debate. Now, if you want this debate to be successful and you want people to tune in, because remember, I've never done anything like this. I don't rank for this. I'm not a news channel, even though we are news related to stocks. We've never done anything like this. One, you need to know about the event and what we're going to do. And if you want to know about the event, here is the information. And you might want to watch this and share this so we can get a good audience. All right. So I'll give you the link. Share. Copy. This was the introductory video I put out last night. All right. Most of you haven't seen this. So debate. Debate info. Okay. What we're going to do. There is that video there. Right. Now then, we are green. Markets are looking good. Jobs report was great. If you were here at the beginning of the show, you'd have heard us cover it. But now let's go through the rest of the questions. Back to 107. Nvidia is now 108. Think Q1 25 will be ugly. Do you? I don't think so. Can you explain why you think that the stocks will rally on the 18th? The cut is priced in since long ago. I did not say the stocks would rally on the 18th. That is the very opposite of what I've just said. I just explained all about the rate cuts, and I didn't say the stocks would rally on the 18th. Absolutely did not say that at all. No. So I didn't say that. Sounds like you started investing when the bottom was 2020. No, that's not. When I started investing, I started investing in, where are we now? 2024, 21, end of 21. I think August 21. When the show started, we started live with $5,000, and here we are today with 109,000. Now we started from we started investing when this show started. I've been owning about 100 shares of Avgo for a little while, not long enough to get the dividend yet, but the dividend looks nice. It does. Dividend is weak. It's a growth stock. No, it is a growth stock, but it's a good dividend. We just done a full analysis on it in Movelt. I don't agree with your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, but it's a good dividend. We've just done a full analysis on it, and if you'd like to see the full analysis, here it is. I just did it yesterday. Broadcom analysis, and also provided you a link to Sensei Show on Sunday, where he's going to provide all members a chart for it. Buy zones, sell zones, support levels, resistance levels, do personal charts for everybody that tunes in on Sunday for whatever stock you want. But there's my analysis right there, Broadcom analysis. It's a bullish analysis. We've gone through the balance sheet, the numbers, the margins, the profit, the loss, who's buying, who's selling on the inside, everything. We get half an hour review. Anyway, I bought it when it first split, so I needed to go back to 170. Hey, what do you expect from the numbers from the US? VG, I don't understand the question. Would you rephrase that? Valeria, good morning to you. Mabrato, good morning to you. Good morning, the Mexican Joker. Welcome to you. Thank you for joining our Discord server yesterday. Lovely to see you there. The like button isn't working correctly on YouTube. Yes, it is. Of course it is. Good day from Sweden. Hello there. We've got lots of guests and members here from Sweden. Welcome to you. I've got family in Sweden as well. So, yeah, welcome to you. If you become a member, I will talk to you in your language as well. I'll talk Swedish to you. There you go. There's a little thing. And we'll fly the flag for you as well. Is it a good job report? Yes, it is. That's why the markets are green. Yes, Selim, it is indeed. Good morning, Christopher Shaw. I know, don't tell me. It's raining in Rugby. I love it. It was a fantastic jobs report. Some say the best report. I saw it was very good and will be better. Good morning from sunny Rugby. There you go. I said it before you even said it. It was okay. Non-farm is a bit worrying. Also, as they always correct these reports, it's kind of a joke. Just watch reports from companies and guidance. Google is cheap right now. Not so sure I agree with your points there, and not really sure I agree with your take on the market, but, you know, we all have different ideas. Google is a great buy right now. Google is a good buy right now. I agree with that. I wouldn't say Google is cheap, but Google is a good buy. It's not cheap at all. It's always overvalued, but it's better value than the others. Bless you, Mike, and thank you very much. If I do a $10 super chat, when might you get a chance to do a review for HPE? Let me tell you. If you do a $10 super chat, obviously you know I wasn't asking for anyone to do that, but if you do a $10 super chat, I will do your review on Monday. On Monday. It will jump to the top of the list on Monday. Yep, I will do your review on Monday if you do a $10 super chat. Yep, that is a promise. If the PE on Nvidia is 50, does that mean it's trading at 50 times 50 divided by 4 equals to 12 and a half years of forward earnings? You need to rephrase that for me. Whales are, and their companies have set limits when to stop shorting. That is why technical analysis is important. It is important. That's why we have the show on Sunday. Good morning, investors. I wish you well on your investment. Oh, here we go. HPE. So let me write this down. I want to make sure I've got the right stock for you. HPE. Do you mean this one? Do you mean HP Enterprise? Is this the stock that you are referring to? Just confirm that. Is that the one? If you just confirm that, that'll be done on Monday. Please do not give me any super chats at them. I'm asking people not to do it, but obviously if you do it, I understand, but I'll never say no, but I'm trying to discourage people from giving me super chats as I want to get down the full list, and I don't want people waiting and all the rest of it, but obviously I can't stop you from doing it, and it is appreciated, of course.
Real Mexican Joker donated $10 through a super chat. HPE review, please.
Yep, it's in. It's booked in. Absolutely. And yes, I'm living off dividends. Very nice indeed. I got it made. Very good. Tim Rogers, good morning. Happy Friday. Thanks for providing me with 22 minutes of frame yesterday in regards to the Discord procedure. I now have my own personal video. Thanks for the accolades you provided me. Well, Tim, it was a good example to be able to use you as an example of, the security measures we need to take. Last night, it was even worse. There was somebody last night who joined. They wanted to access Discord, and as they became a member, somebody else used the same username, and they went, that's not me. Not the same username, the same display name. And that's why I have a very strict procedure. I know it can be a pain in the arse. It's more of a pain in the arse for me, I can assure you. But I do it to protect our community, our members, your account, your security, and to provide the best service. Trust me, I wish we'd lived in a world where I didn't have to do all this, where it could just all be, just sign up everybody, do what you want. I wish I could, but unfortunately I can't. So I used you in a video to explain it all about it. And if anyone's wondering what I'm talking about, one of our star traders here was the star of this video. Stay calm, don't get scammed. And Tim Rogers was all over this video. And as I say, since then, there's been more evidence of the reasons why I do what I do. Everything I do is for a reason. Everything has been thought out. If things don't work out, I change procedures and update things. I make mistakes all the time. When I was at school and college, university, all those things, I studied and I learned to fail. I learned to experiment, I learned to fail, and I learned to build procedures. You learn nothing from success, everything from failure. So what I do is I look at everything I'm doing, I'm aware of my surroundings, and I ask myself, what if this happens? What do I do in that eventuality? It's why I've got backup in the studio for everything. Backup power, backup internet. I've got, backup. And what if? So that doesn't mean I get it right all the time and I know everything. Of course I don't. I don't know anything when you think of what there is to know, less than 1%, really. But every time something happens, I add a procedure. What am I going to do now? And how can I prevent this from happening again? And just keep adjusting. And with trolls and scammers and security, we're constantly, well, I say we, it's only me, constantly evolving and updating things. And if we get it wrong and we need to do it another way, we'll do it another way, but always looking to improve things. But that's why I do it. Will you do a video on Nicola again? Yes, of course, I can do a review. If you are a member, you saw one of our members now, just book a review in. He's a member, did a super chat, you can do the same thing. Yes, I can do a review. I can cover the earnings for Nicola if you do a $5 super chat. I mean, all those things I can do, yeah. The US is fiscally sound and we can print money forever with no consequences. USA is not bankrupt. No, not sure I agree with that. The US is never going to pay its debts off. It's just devaluing money all the time. Just because it's the dominant currency in the world, and it's there by force, by the way, not by gratitude or thanks. It's there by force. I wouldn't say the USA is invincible. It can do what it likes and has no financial consequence. Not at all. But it's stronger than any other economy, that's true. Morning, afternoon. I'm more interested, though, in the businesses within the United States. So I'm interested, as an investor, I don't buy the economy. I don't buy the money in your pocket. I buy the businesses that provide the services to you. What's in your pocket? That's what I do. I own the businesses, and the businesses are great. The US has some of the best businesses in the world. What was the number? Lance Strength on the jobs report. We covered it at the beginning of the show. We'll do it again. Just give you the numbers here. So on the screen, here we go. We've got 15 minutes before the bell goes. So what we got here, non-farm payrolls was 142,000. And the forecast was 120, and the unemployment rate was 4.2, forecast 4.3, and consensus 4.2, previous 4.3. So everything was good. Everything was good. Nothing amazing. We don't want amazing. We just want normal, steady as she goes. The Swedish stock market was down almost 1% before the US jobs report half an hour ago. Half an hour later, we're green. We have a saying in the UK, when America sneezes, England gets a cold. We talk about that a lot. I've played Ted so many seeds. I played Ted to so many seeds, waiting for my plant to sprout and harvest the fruit. There you go. I planted so many seeds. I've got you now. I've planted about 15% of my seeds because the soil needs some compost. I love it. What do you mean? Pay down the margin. Pay down the margin? Well, I've bought stocks on margin. I've used all my cash, and now I'm using borrowed money, the brokerage's money, to use margin. If you are not familiar with margin, Christopher Shaw, it's a very complex subject. Will take me about an hour to explain. So what I'm going to do is and this is very, very important. As an investor, you need to know all about margin, and you need to know from someone who's experienced it firsthand, every which way, margin call, up and down, everything else. So this is what I'm going to do. And you can do the same thing for every single thing that I talk about. Go into Google search, Martyn Lucas Investor, margin call. I've done 2 major videos on margin. There's that one. Share. Copy. There you go. There's one for you. Margin call. I experienced it. All right. There was that. Well, that was a long time ago. That's when I actually got margin called. Oh, there's the other one. Margin call. There's another one. These are the 2 main ones. So I strongly suggest you go and bookmark those and take a look at what margin's all about. Basically, essentially, I'm borrowing money from the brokerage at a rate that I believe is less than the growth that I'm going to get from the stocks. And now I own the stocks. I bought them I bought them a long time ago, and now I'm just paying back margin. So I've got no cash. I've got money available to me. Look at my buying power. There's my buying power. That's margin now. That's not my money. That I'm using the brokerage's money. I've spent all my money. That's why when I say I've got $250,000 invested, $200,000 invested, I've got 109,000, which is my brokerage and my Roth. But then you add my margin, and I've got 200 grand invested. Okay, so when the markets go up, I beat the market because I've got my money and I've got the brokerage's money. When it goes down, I go down double. All right, and there's everything in between. It's a very complex subject, but you need to go and watch the videos. All right, okay. Okay, so who will win the debate? We are covering the US debate. You are voting. 13 votes now. How many people have left a like? Let me give you this. This is here. The US debate. Go and click on that now. We're covering it in a couple of days' time. There's the link in the chat. It's pinned to the top. Let's refresh and see how our poll's going on. 10 minutes before the bell goes. Nice green day. 11 likes so far. Great. And Trump is winning. There we go. Trump is winning the poll at the moment. Who will win the debate? Trump or Harris? 77% say Trump will win the debate. Be very interested. We're going to cover the debate live. Join us for the most honest debate. We're going to fact check. We're going to have phone-ins and all sorts of stuff. And there might be a few US surprises as well. I've got something lined up for you. Hopefully you like. Now then, we've got another poll running on the on Nvidia FOMC rate day. There is the link in the chat. And we're running a poll here. We've got 15 votes, and we've got 60% of you say that it's going to be a 0.25. 7% say it's going to be unchanged. All right. Let's have a look. Has that gone up? There you go. It's the same as it was before. Right. Okay. Good morning to all investors. After yesterday, everyone knew I had a great sense of humor. Martyn roast me really well, only for protection of all members. Yeah, Tim Rogers got roasted. He now has his own video. He's famous. We will go down bad next week. Get ready to blast the cash in. PA. Okay, fair enough. Good morning, Lucas Age. Now, Crag is going to join us for the US debate because he's buying DJT stock and he's also buying Funware. That will move on that debate. He's absolutely right. Opportunity to make money there. Afternoon from sunny Spain, Team Fusion. Lovely to have you here. Welcome, mate. How are you? Looking forward to the debate on Tuesday, Mr. Lucas. Yes, I knew you'd be interested in it. Have you heard about Hims and Hers? If you did, what do you think about this company? Have you heard about it? Yes, I have done a full review on Hims and Hers. Yes, I've done a full review on it. Same for you. I shall show you how you find it. You don't need to guess. If I've ever done it before, you go to YouTube. You go into search, Martyn Lucas Investor, Hims. Put the ticker symbol. You can put stock afterwards if you want. And you will find my very first, probably last, porn movie. Oh, yes. I did Hims and it got a bit sexy. Look. Oh, yes. We had a little bit of a porn movie on this one. Oh, yeah. So if you want to go and check that out, you might enjoy that. Full analysis on this stock. See what you think. All right. If you want to go and check out my analysis on Hims, I also did a Playboy. Analysis as well. So here is Hims. There you go. There you go. So if I go up here and change this to, I think it's PLBY, isn't it? Is it PLBY? There you go. Playboy. I did Playboy as well. I used the same thumbnail. And did you like the fact that I wore Hugh Hefner's jacket? I thought that would be fun to do. And that was a bit of a sexy one too. It had lots of smoke and it was a very sexy video. Anyway, if you want that one, I'll give you that one as well. There you go. Share. Copy. This is how you can find out all the reviews I've done. So, PLBY review, Playboy, and there you go. Interesting business, by the way, Playboy. Did you know that? Very interesting business. Can't wait for the debate. Thank you, David Ewan. Hi, Crag. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Where are you going on holiday, Martyn? When are you going on holiday? Well, every 2 years at the moment is when I take a holiday. So, shall I announce it? I've made a decision. I've not had a holiday for 2 years. I have been here 5 days a week, every single trading day, up to 12 hours a day for the last 2 years. You may remember 2 years ago in October, I'm taking a break in October. So you only have me now for another 3 weeks. When I'm taking a break, I am going to be still keeping in touch with you. I'm going to record some videos that will come out on the opening and closing bells. I did it last time. That will come out every day on the opening and closing bell. A little bit of information about the stock market, how to trade, how to invest, all that kind of stuff. And it'll come out and you can get a little bit of an idea about the stock market, and I'll update you. I'll also try and do some pop on my phone and do some live stuff and update some news, stuff like that. I will be in touch. I won't disappear, but I just won't be sat in this chair in the studio every day doing what I'm doing. I need to just take a break from that. So that's coming up soon in October. I missed the Broadcom earnings live, so watched it late at night. Someone cried they fumbled $5 on Virgin Galactic. Cracked me up. I voted and commented. Thank you, David. Lovely stuff. He'll probably go on holiday when he gets to his million. Yeah, I have to take a break. I haven't stopped for 2 years. But yeah. I'll still be here. I'm just not going to sit in the chair every day. Just going to mentally recharge. Yeah. 5 minutes before the bell goes. What's going to happen? Good morning from Canada. Will Nvidia break 110? Nvidia's going to 140. I'm not even bothered about that. Quick question. He only answers questions from members, right? Sometimes. I've just answered yours. There you go. It depends how busy it gets. Tesla is rallying as well, up to 230, 234. Tesla, Trump for sure. Trump is going to crush her, says David Ewan. I know you said Nvidia will be $200 within 12 months. What do you expect the end of the year? 140. 130 to 140. Kamala price controls and more taxes kills the market. A lot of evidence coming out of rigged voting systems, says Songs for Space. Nvidia will be 150 by the end of the year. Martyn, you've always been non-political, and I appreciate it. I feel like covering a debate, although good for subscribers, might force your channel into a political learning algorithm going forward. No, I think we'll be okay. As long as I am completely impartial, I'm having a lot of thought how I'm going to present this as well. I'm putting a lot of effort into this. So it'd be fine. He must not have watched the review video. Maybe so, GoDB. Morning. I know presidential economics policy is important, but just don't change your core beliefs. GoDB. I won't. I promise you there. Nvidia will be 140, 160 end of the year, my opinion. Hey, Mike. Hi, Crag. Have you heard about Hims and Hers? Yes, I just answered that one. That's where you get my pills from. Nvidia is cheap now. It's not cheap, but it's just good. It's better value. Are you holding any fun or DGT for the debate? I don't hold any stocks, as everyone knows. Top of the morning to you. I only own the S&P. Hi, Tusha Patel. Welcome to you. Welcome from Ohio. I don't have any but good idea. It will depend on the news source you listen to. I'm listening to the actual debate. I'm listening to the live debate itself, and then we'll fact check everything. So yeah, it'll be the most honest broadcast you've ever seen. Say Trump will embarrass her, said Charles. 3 minutes to go. In Martyn, you should run for president in the United States. I would vote for you. Yes. Which one could I buy? Crag, will you be able to do a song at the party? Will you be able to do our song at the party? Jerry and Elba tonight. I've not had a chance to learn it yet, but hopefully I'm going to have late morning to start looking at it. So this show is going to be a very early show to prepare for tonight's show. So I am hoping to work on your song, your doo-wop song, later on this morning after I finish here. My voice, if reason, is the volatile time. It is going to be volatile, certainly on the 18th. Okay, now then, I've got through most of the questions. If margin calls, your brokerage basically thinks they're going to get their money back from the losing stocks to close out your position. Okay, it's. Margin is a complex subject, and I've explained. Go and look at my videos. We can do a margin full discussion again if you want me to, but not right now. We've got to ring the bell. So let's get ready for the bell in just a couple of seconds. Are you ready? $30 seconds to go. We're good. We're going to switch over to members only just for a few moments. because there's a few questions I couldn't get to. So we're going to switch to members only for a few minutes. We'll come back to general public, but it gives me a chance to make sure I've answered every question. So if you are a member and you didn't get your question answered, please repeat it and I will read it out, share it on the screen, and answer your question. Remember, if you do a super chat, you can always override that and get your comment on the screen anyway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bell has gone. You can sponsor the bell for a $20 super chat. Have your name on the bell. Let's have a look. This is my portfolio. Started with $5,000. Never shorted a stock. Never done options. And I'm up to 109,603. Don't expect too much until the end of the year, really. It's going to go sideways, but we're going to 3x by the end of the decade. I'm not bothered. I'm all in. I've got enough to get to $1 million live on the show. Right, jobs report was good this morning. Let's go. We are green. The S&P is up. The S&P is up. My overall portfolio is up. S&P Global is up today. 507. Sorry, I beg your pardon. It's flat. All the markets rallying now. It's starting to take off. Virgin Galactic is up 0.5. Palantir is up 2.25. Look at my portfolio. This could be a very green day. This could be a very green day. If we're going to do this, I could get a couple of $1,000 in one day. Very, very easy on my portfolio to be up $2,000 in a day now. Very easy, even more than that. Gold is going down. Okay. Amazon is flat at the moment, but just recovered. Apple up today, 0.7. Next Year Energy, a great business with a great dividend. Fantastic. Enphase Energy, it's a 3x, a 2x at minimum, if not a 3x. Great, great business. Love this Enphase Energy, one of the best balance sheets on the stock market. Coca-Cola, fantastic business. Remember, we were buying this around 59 with that amazing dividend, always increasing, always paying out. Solid business, solid business. J&J, solid, up 0.28, going to $200. Chevron, up 0.36. Tesla was up, it's just trimmed back off again, but it's 230, it's improved of recent times. Rivian, I wouldn't buy it, it's effectively bankrupt. McDonald's is up 0.21, never overpay for land. You can never overpay for land. Google is still 22 times earnings, very good, 158. I can tell you from the inside, as a creator on YouTube are paying more for cost per thousand for your ad revenue, which means I earn more money because businesses are spending more money with Google. So Google Ads is earning more money. I'm earning more money, so I can tell you Google is going to make more money. Microsoft is up today. Nvidia, 107.65, was slightly higher than this. Don't worry about it. It's a good time to accumulate. It's going all the way to 140, I'm sure. 200 within 12 months. Walmart, $77 today, up 0.15. Tilray is barcoding. Good value at this price, waiting for the election news about rescheduling. Both parties want to include it. Robinhood, it's a $40 stock. IonQ, bit expensive, but the leader in quantum computers. Rocket Labs up 1.32. Plug Power is a good buy under $2. It's now $170. However, it's completely overrun by Russian oligarchs. Rumble is up 0.38. Funware is going down 0.9. Down 0.38. Did I just say that? Ascent Solar up 4.54. Another rally on that. We had it yesterday. Faraday Future up 11%. No volume, no value here at all. It's technically bankrupt. Don't touch it. Bitcoin, I sold all my Bitcoin at 70,000. I have no Bitcoin, no crypto. I don't see any point in owning anything. I have to sleep for the next 12 months. That's the very definition of insanity. Don't get the point of it. I sold all of it. I'm out of all of that. So there we go. There's our rundown for this morning. There's our next review. All right, there you go. Now then, nice bounce this morning. Very, very good. Let me come back now to my latest members only comments so I can make sure I've got everything. Will you be doing the vice president debate on the 1st of October, Martyn, already on holiday? I'll be on holiday. I don't think I'll be covering that. You need a getaway on proper holiday, and Leah and Martyn, enjoy yourself on a sunny beach. Unfortunately, well, we shall see what we do. I'm not sure about that, but not really in that financial position. But I'm not going to sell my stocks, am I? Pay down the margin means pay down the borrowed money that's securing interest that you've gotten from the brokerage. Correct. In a margin call is when your brokerage basically thinks that they're not going to get their money back from you losing stocks, so they close out your position. Yes, that's technically how it works. To get their money back, yes. Morning from New Jersey. What are your thoughts on GeoVax? I've just done a review on GeoVax. Again, the same thing as I showed everybody earlier. If you go Martyn Lucas Investor and you type in the ticker symbol, is it GOVX? Is it? I've just done it. You'll see my review on it. Okay. Morning Nvidia price target is 105, so we are at it. When do they change it? Morningstar Nvidia price target is 105. We are at it. When do they change it? Well, there's no specific time. Analysts and the like will constantly review stocks. They might do it tomorrow. They might do it next week. There's no set time. Analysts are always doing price targets. I'm an analyst on Seeking Alpha. I can do an analysis, and I can tell you what my price target is. It's no set time. It's whenever. But there you go. Morningstar. Yeah. Bringer of light, hidden knowledge. I wouldn't say so. They're paid, remember, to provide reviews. I don't really trust any of those reviews. I do my own analysis, my own research, and I share with you. I'm not really a fan of what everybody else has been paid to say. It's a bit like J.D. Power. J.D. Power is always telling you what the best car is. I've never known anything so ridiculous in my life. They are simply a marketing company. They go to the car companies and say, we can give you an award for being the best car. Do you want to pay us to do it? Yeah, that'd be great. All right. J.D. Power says Volkswagen's the best car in the world. It's just stupid. It's a marketing agency and no one really cares. They say, J.D. Power said we got the best car. Well, yeah, you paid them to say it. I mean, it's just bonkers. Any of that stuff is just, I don't see the point of it. But anyway, there you go. Song reminds me of Ronald Jenkins. Says Songs for Space. Martyn, why is IBM outperforming Nvidia over the last quarter? I own IBM as well as Nvidia, with both long-term hold for 10 years. I just think because Nvidia has become kind of meme stock, hasn't it? You got a lot of people just buying it for the name. It got overbought. It gets overpumped. It's all over Reddit. It's all over StockTwits, the worst places, as well as great investors. It's also there with the idiots. And, it just gets over-talked about, overpumped. It's a great business. But now people are taking profits and dumping it. It does sometimes behave like a meme stock, which is incredible when you think it's the best, one of the best, if not the best business in the world. It's pretty crazy, really. But that's why Nvidia will come back when all the games are finished. When we start getting new numbers and people feel left out, people will start buying up again. I've got no worries about that. What do you think about people saying September is not a good month for the investor? Yeah, people are always saying that, aren't they? September is this terrible month. Well, it's not always. It's not always, but it makes good headlines. It makes good headlines to be able to pin certain actions on certain events. Oh, September's a bad month. Everybody will dump the stocks. So everybody does. A little bit. It doesn't mean anything, really. It's not every September. I've gone through the charts and looked that not every September is a terrible month, and not every December is a Santa rally. I know. I've covered it for the last 3 years. I've covered it live. Not every December is that amazing, and it depends what stock you're in. Depends where you bought. Depends if your margin. Depends on all kinds of things. But it's the news. It provides people some content. On Bloomberg, it's September, it's a terrible month. It's a time to accumulate. I mean, it's just noise half the time. Who cares? I mean, if you are a day-to-day trader and you don't care about your future and your pension and you just want to try and make some money today, I suppose it might have some meaning. But if you are all about investing and owning more and more of the best businesses and spend your time creating income, in other words, earning money from your business or your job to be able to buy the stuff in the first place, all you care about is where you will be when you need to take the money back out again. Right? It's like, if you are a regular worker who works for a normal job and you have a 401k and the markets are down and every month you're buying, your employer is using your money to buy put to money in your 401k. When the markets are down, you're buying more of the stock. It's great. Your $1,000 a month wages is buying more of the stock, right? It's great. And if you've got a down year and everything's down and you've been doing it for 20, 30 years, I don't know, let's say you've been working for 20, 30 years, you're still massively up, but this year is a red year. Well, this year you buy more and you don't retire this year. But you could retire this year because you might go, well, it's a red year. I don't want to retire. Well, if you can wait another year and it go up again, that's great. But at the end of the day, you're probably up 20, 30, 40, 50% anyway. So you're still up anyway. It doesn't matter, does it? Really? So anyway, people get a bit hung up over the day to day, the second to the second. I mean, that only matters if you're trying to scalp trade. And I used to scalp trade a lot. I used to trade a lot. I didn't make much money doing it. I made money sometimes and I lost other times. But since I started being an investor, I've never lost money. Never, ever, ever lost money. Ever. My portfolio is much better than it was at the beginning of the year. Is it a bit down over the last couple of weeks? Yeah. Doesn't matter. When we had the dips, I bought more. I bought enough right now. It hasn't gone low enough. Now, if I can go another month, maybe to October, and I've paid down my margin a bit more, which is what I keep earning money for, to keep paying down the margin, and then we get another pullback, and it gets near to where we were, because I've said we could get a 10% pullback. It might get near to where my bottom is. I might buy some more because at the end of the day, between now and then, I've reduced my margin. I've taken it back over that 50%, which is where I want to keep it, 50% buffer. I've got it above there so I can be always relaxed, comfortable, never have any problems sleeping. And then if we get a 10% pullback, I haven't got to sell anything. I just buy a bit more. And then it will rally back up faster once again. And it'll increase even faster again. So, if I share with you my buying power, as you can see, I'm 51.4%. If I show you the details, there you go, 51.4. Now, when I stopped buying margin, I was at 50%. That's my tolerance. That's my level. That's my discipline. Even though I've got the S&P and it's incredibly stable and reliable, all right, and it's safe and it's a good asset to own, that doesn't mean to say you go 100% margin and you just go on and on and on because it still dip, right? I just want to get to $1 million. And I know how to get there with what I'm earning and what I'm saving and investing. So that's enough for me. I'm okay with that. That's relative to the amount of money that I earn and the amount of time that I've set to do it, which is by the end of the decade, 6 years. That's it. End of the decade, I'm a millionaire from what I'm doing here. That's it. But if next month I earn more on YouTube and I can pay more than the $1,000 I've earned, because that's what I'm doing at the moment, I'm not earning that much. If I can do more than $1,000, that'll go up to maybe 52.5% buffer, and then we get a pullback. You go, all right then, I'll buy a bit more. But it would have to be a decent drop, like 5, 6, 7%. No point if the S&P goes down 1 or 2%. I've already got that. But remember, I'm also getting the dividends. Now, my dividends are nearly covering my margin payments. My margin payment is 6.55. Can you see that on the screen? $14 a day. See it there? 6.55. I'm in the second tier up because I've got more margin, right? So 6.55. Now, that's about to come down. When rates were low a few years ago, Robinhood was at 2%. Well, I'm earning 13% a year. This year's been about 25, 30%. So, that's why big businesses borrow money. If they're making more money on their borrowed money than it's costing them, that's why they do it. And you don't pay as much tax on borrowed money either. Another way of doing it. My gains are coming from borrowed money. But, over 50% of the money that's in the portfolio is my own money. I'm not paying interest on that. I bought that. I own that. That's my assets, my collateral, if you like, my buffer. The money I borrowed, I'm reducing. So the amount is coming down. The amount of interest is coming down. And the profit is going up. So my dividends, I would expect within 6 to 12 months, will actually be more than the interest. So I'll actually be earning a profit on just owning the stock. The stock, it's the interest will be paid for by the dividends. So it's just a calculation, isn't it? Yeah, JD Power had RAM best pickup for years, complete utter junk. Yeah, it's just stupid. JD Power. Does anyone listen to that stuff? I wouldn't even want to work there. Can you imagine working at JD Power? You get up every morning. You don't provide a service to anyone, do you? You don't do anything. What you do is completely useless. See, I said to Leah last night, one thing I love about what I'm doing here is I'm providing a service that is valuable, providing friendship, support, giving everyone a voice, information, we're fact-checking. We're providing a valuable service. I feel useful, and I feel extremely proud now, the fact that we're getting the numbers that we're getting. I mean, last night was incredible. For a stock we've never done, nearly 10,000 people, and now I feel bold enough to cover the US election like I'm sort of the mainstream media channel. It's brilliant. I love it. I feel useful now. My life is good. I love it. It's very exciting. Whereas if you think about JD Power, you're just paying us to say stuff because you paid us. We don't serve any purpose. What do we do that contributes to the world? Nothing. We make up a load of lies because you give us money. I wouldn't want to work like that. I wouldn't want to do a job like that. But there you go. Such a fun roller coaster ride. I'm in for the long ride. That's right, David. Why is Laser looking so grim? Might have to rewatch the review. From what I remember, everything sounded good in the report. I can't remember, Cameron. It's been a while. When you get up to 1 million, will you leave me here then? Yes, I've already said that. When I get to 1 million, I will become, I don't care about anyone, and you'll never see me again. I guess you're going to have to wait 6 years to see what I do. But just in case there's any doubt, I ain't going anywhere. I've been doing the same job entertaining since I was 16 years of age. I'm now 55 years old. I've never been off the screen. I'm always stick to the same thing. I've never had another job. I've always worked for myself. Martyn Lucas LLC or Martyn Lucas Limited in England. I've always worked for myself. I've always been here. I've always been doing this. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm committed to the end of time. After 3 decades of investing and learning from my mistakes and many successes, one of the keys is to increase your cash holdings for the red days. Now, when he means cash, I just want to say it doesn't have to be cash. It can simply be margin.
Paul has become a member.
Thank you, Paul. I will give you all your benefits now. It simply means you've got funds to buy the stock. I don't believe in having cash sitting around doing nothing. I've never believed in that. I think it's the biggest load of waste of time ever. And let me explain. If you've got cash sitting on the side, what's the point? Cash is always losing value because of inflation. So $10 in the bank is not $10 at the end of the year because of inflation. Its buying power has been reduced. It's not earning you any money in the bank. It's earning you nothing, less than 0.25% in the bank. So that's a waste of time. If you own the index, the S&P, for example, you're earning an interest on just dividends. So you're earning more just by owning the S&P, by doing nothing else. Okay? So you should always be invested. Doesn't matter if the stocks go down. Now, you might turn around and say, well, you are supposed to keep cash in the bank to pay the bills. Rubbish. And let me explain why. You shouldn't start investing at all until you are in the right frame of mind and the right place. You do not use the stock market to fix your financial problems. The stock market is not a cash machine. The stock market is not a casino, even though some people play it like that. All right? The stock market is the place you come to when you are sound, when you understand it, when you've got your self-control and discipline in place. Now, what I mean by that is, I started investing 3 years ago here on the show when I knew I was investing in myself to build an income to be able to buy the thing in the first place. So I knew that I could build a business on YouTube. Even though I worked 1.5 years for free, I invested in myself because I knew I could build it. Paul, stand by. I'll give you all your benefits in a minute. Please just stand by. I built a business that I knew I could buy the market, but I didn't start doing all of that, and I couldn't build all this studio and do all of that until I was financially sound. I paid off my mortgage. I went round the world as the piano man. I did all those $1 tips. I paid all my mortgage off, paid my loans off, my car loan. I sold my car during COVID. I don't need a car sitting in the studio. I don't go anywhere. I just walk around the block now. That's it. I don't go anywhere. So I've got no debts, no credit cards. I've got a perfect credit score in the United Kingdom. 999, by the way, which is the highest score you can get in the United Kingdom. I've got a credit score of 823, or is that 833 in the United States, which is amazing when you think I've only been here for 8 years. The only way to get to 850 is to live here, is to live for another 30 years because of history. I've got perfect credit score, not because I'm rich, because I know how to make it work. I know how to get and manipulate a credit score. I know how to get all those things, right? So I built all the basis, the foundations, build the foundations. Got myself to live in the minimum, cheapest possible way. My house in England's got paid off. It runs on solar. I invested in solar, so the electric is minimum. I still pay a tiny bit, but hardly any at all. It's a minimum size house. It's just what I need, no bigger than I need. Just a little tiny 2-bedroom cottage, whatever. And that's it. So I got myself in a position where I have no bills, no expenses, and I'm living on the minimum. You know, I don't buy anything. I don't drink, I don't smoke, so that's the first thing. And then I started to invest. And every bit of money I've got, I put in the market. Now, at the beginning, of course, you can have some red days, you go back and up and down, but as time goes by, you will be up if you've never sold. If you've sold, end of the year, you might get a tax bill. You've got to pay your tax bill and so on and so forth. So now you've got no money. You've traded a few times. You've made some money. You've lost some money. You pay your taxes. You've got no money. So be careful. But if you've just held in a good business, chances are a year from now, you're going to be up. So you might say, well, if you've put all your money in the stock market, how do you pay the bills? Do you have to sell your stock? Well, because I've built the efficiency of my life, I can live on the minimum amount of money so when I get paid every month on the 21st of the month, I get paid on YouTube, I get my money, I've already budgeted for all my bills. I'm always auto pay, everything is auto paid all the time. There's always just enough money to pay all the bills, just enough money to send to England to pay the bills in England, right? What's left, I invest. You might say, well, what about if you go and, pay for your holiday? What do you do then? Well, I know how much money I earn every month on YouTube. I know what I can afford. And it might be this month I put less into YouTube, into the stocks because I've got a budget for the holiday. But what I do, I don't need my cash sitting on the side, just doing nothing. All the money's in the stock market. I've got an income coming in, which I know that's all I can spend on my holiday. So what I do is I use my credit card, never use cash, never use a debit card. I earn 3% back, which I then get and I put in the stock market every month. I always do that. I get sometimes 30, 40 bucks a month just for free, just for using my credit card. It's bonkers, isn't it, really? I've had about $1,500 from the Bank of America in cash back since I've been here over 8 years. It's absolutely mental. Can't believe it. They always give me this money back. And I never pay interest. So it's brilliant, isn't it? Anyway, so... oh, hello.
David Hensley donated $10 through a super chat. To take your girl out to Starbucks. And because you Rick. Smiley face.
And because you Rick. I think you meant rock. Maybe you meant Rick. I don't know. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to end this show in a minute. It's supposed to be a very short show. So I will do that this morning. Thank you for that. I will do that. Thank you. Leah loves a latte, skinny latte. So yeah, thank you very much. I'll do that. That's very kind of you. So I don't have cash sitting around because cash is going nowhere. I use my credit card. But I've got 56 days, nearly 2 months to pay for it. Because I always make sure that I buy big purchases. I just wait a couple of days until I go over that next, the next date. You know, when it refreshes, the auto pay refreshes. That gives me nearly 2 months before I've got to pay that bill. And I know I'm going to get paid at the end of the month anyway. So I've no problem at all. I've got that money coming in. All right. Now, what if I got fired on YouTube? What if I didn't earn any money? Well, I can go back and my stocks that I bought a year ago were all up 30%. I could sell something if I wanted to, but that would be pretty crazy. I don't want to sell because that stock is working for me, earning me dividends, paying my margin. What I can do, because I'm already invested with margin, is I can just use my Robinhood account. Soon will be a Robinhood Gold card. I can use that to just give me some money. I take some money with my margin or I sell a share. It doesn't matter which way I do it. It's best not to sell your shares though, because you have a tax event. Don't pay tax on it. Just use some of your margin to fund your expenses. So basically, you're just using your margin to fund your expenses above what I can't afford to pay for. But that never happens because I only spend what I can afford anyway. So that's what I do. So then my money is always invested. My money, I use money as a tool, as a weapon. It's like little foot soldiers. Every penny I've literally got, and if it wasn't for the fact it would show you my account number, I can show you I have $0 in Chase. I only have an account so I can have an Amazon card to get 5% on Amazon. So I can order my new screen. That broke 2 days ago. So I have that. In my Bank of America, I have $10. 10. As money comes in from YouTube, I take it out. I put as much as I always go back to $10. And that's it. Everything is paid on auto pay. I just make sure the money comes in just at the right time, just to pay off the bill. I don't have 1 single cent sat 1 single second in Bank of America doing nothing. It's all working. So I have no cash sitting around, no point cash sitting around. If I want to get some money, and if I go, this whole thing is rubbish, I don't want to do it anymore, I want to get some money, I can sell all of my shares right now, and that will clear all of my margin, all of it, and I've still got 109,000. Because remember, the margin doesn't get added to your balance. If you borrow $1 or $1 million, it doesn't add that amount to your balance. That's my balance on Robinhood. It's not like going to the bank and borrowing $1 million and then you spend it on a kitchen or a new car or a holiday. You haven't got anything, have you? You've just got a kitchen. That kitchen isn't worth $1 million. You just spent it, right? It's just gone. It's like the bank giving you $1 million. You borrow $1 million, but you leave it in the bank. You've still got it. That's what margin is with stocks. I've got those stocks. I own those stocks, and I can sell those stocks. So it doesn't add to my balance. When you see my balance moving up and down, That is my money, what I've put in, and it's the profit and the loss of the stocks I bought with borrowed money. That's it. If I borrow $1 million, my balance doesn't go up by $1 million. My stocks go up by $1 million. All that moves is the up and down of the profit or the loss. Okay, so if I sold all of my shares right now, even though I've got $200,000 invested, all that scary margin, I've still got $108,000, $843.90. Well, I started with $5,000, so I'm rich. All the money I've earned and saved, it's all gone up. There it is. Fantastic. Brilliant. Now, I've kept it another 2 months for over a year because I bought it all in January, right, when I rebalanced. So I'll pay a minimum amount of capital gains because I've kept it over 12 months. And I can walk away and go, there you go, stick that in the bank. But that would be a stupid thing to do because if I stuck it in the bank, I've now got to find a way to buy back and the bank is going to give me 0.5%. What's the point? So having cash sitting around is silly. No point having cash sitting around doing nothing. You should be fully invested, but only if you've built the machine that builds the machine. It's the Friday phone in. I see him on the phone. Zach Zate's calling in. I'm loving it. Friday phone in. So it's very, very important to, if you're going to be invested and you're not going to have any cash sitting around, then you need to have an income. So you've got income coming in, access to a credit card so I can buy something. I can always pay it off. I know I can pay it off, but I have my income to do it. I've got discipline. I don't overspend. I don't go, well, I've got 108,000 on the stock market. Me and Leah, we're going to have a holiday, a 5-star holiday in Hawaii. Let's go for it. Let's do that. No, can't afford that. I only have $1,000 a month on YouTube and I want to invest it all. But I have to have a holiday. So next month, I've got $1,000. I won't put any on the stock market this month. That's okay. And you stick within that budget. You don't need any more cash. But if you do have an emergency, something really bad happens, fine. Use my credit card. Make sure I wait for the best day. If you can just wait for that repair on the roof, wait for that car repair. If you can just wait till it passes the closing date, that will give you nearly 2 months, 56 days to pay for it. Then I can either wait for the stock market to rally or borrow against my money. That's what rich people do. They borrow against their gains. They don't have to use their investments. They just borrow against their earnings. All right. Okay, I hope that makes sense, but that's why I don't just have cash sitting around doing sod all right? We've got a Friday phone-in to start in a second. Let's have a look. Remember, remember, cash is king. Not all investors understand how to use cash. In different investment platforms, also depends on when a person needs it, time, return on investment. Exactly. Cash doesn't necessarily mean physical cash. In my case, I've got no physical cash. I don't need physical cash. Physical cash is just something I just don't need. All right? I meant rock. I knew you did. Google looks to be approaching free fall. Martyn, this is a good explanation to help new members understanding investing. However, you are extremely disciplined and focused. Most Americans are not. Thanks for educating your audience. That is true. Most of America, I have a credit score better than nearly all Americans, which is bonkers when you think it takes years to build up a credit score, and I've only been here for 8 years because I'm very good at discipline. Discipline is everything. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Absolutely. If you've not got education and discipline, then you're buggered. Yeah, if you start just borrowing money and getting carried away and emotional, you're looking at an ad on the TV and go, "Oh, I'd love that new iPhone," and you go out and buy it, and you never find me in the mall. I love the mall though, because I think of the mall every day with everybody walking around the mall. I like it because I think they're all buying iPhones in my Apple store. That's the way I look at it. Do I need an iPhone? No, I don't need an iPhone. If my iPhone breaks, I'll buy an iPhone. Until then, I don't need an iPhone. I only buy things that can make me money. My new Mac Studio Ultra Max. What was that? $4,000. Do you remember when I bought that? Bloody hell. $4,000 for a computer. I nearly fell over. But that makes me money. That was a good investment. I had to buy that. That was the right thing to do. Anyway, it's Friday. It's the Friday phone-in. What happens on Friday? My mates phone in. We've got Fight Channel. Now, are we still mates? Because Fight Channel's been giving me a hard time this week. He has. He's been giving me a hard time. He thinks I've forgotten. I don't forget anything. I've been watching all your comments. You've given me a hard time all week. So now you're going to get roasted. And we've also got Zach Zate, my dear friend. He said, bring it on. I can see it. We've also got, of course, our dear friend Zach Zate as well. He's here with us as well. So we're very excited to talk to Zach as well today. Very excited. So if you want to phone in, up to 10 people can be on the Friday phone in. You have to be a member. Are we in members only mode right now? I think we are. Let me just switch back to give everyone the chance to communicate with us. So there we go. Back to regular mode again. There you go. Everyone can now talk. And now I'm going to give everyone the link to call in. Here we go. So here is the link to phone in. If you've never phoned in before, this is how it works. It's the Friday phone in. We do it every Friday. Here is the link. I'll put it in the chat 3 times. Only members, please. There is the link. martynlucas.com/live. You click on this to phone in. You don't need any software. It's all taken care of on your browser. Any device works. You click that. There, you select your camera. You have to use the same name as your YouTube name, so I know it's you. Otherwise, we don't know who you are. And you click join. When you click join, you will need a password. Let me just mute myself. Let me give you the password. Here's the password. It's the usual password. LucasAids100. Uppercase L, uppercase A. We can have 10 people calling in. And this is what happens. I go over to this screen here. It's the party screen. And there I am. There I am in the corner, waving at myself, having a conversation. But we don't want that. No, we don't want that. What we want to do is bring in our star guest today. So shall we get straight to it? I think we should. Let me just close down my phone-in screen. Everyone's got the information. We've got 2 people calling in right now. I'm going to have, what shall I do today? Guest 8 and guest 9. So let's put Zach Zate in guest number 8. And there he is. And guest number 9 is Fight Channel. How are you this morning, guys? Lovely to have you here. Hope you're well.
Good morning. Happy Friday, all.
Happy Friday, Zach Zate. Fight Channel, how are you?
I'm good, eating my grapes, staying healthy.
Very good. Yes, grapes are very healthy. Was you when you were a kid and you got ill? Did people bring you grapes? Everyone brings you grapes in hospital when you're ill. Grapes and flowers. Where did that come from? No idea. Did you ever have grapes? Never happened to you? Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never went to a hospital when I was younger.
You never been to hospital? You're lucky then. You're lucky.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I had the mumps once, I had the measles once, and I had a breakout of infatigo. Anybody ever had that? It's a thing that kids get, teenagers get, or young kids get it. You get all these like little bumps on the back of your head. Horrible. I had that infatigo. And I was in bed for a couple of weeks, and the doctor comes round, because in England years ago, the doctor would visit you in your house. You have your own private doctor. Lovely it was. Doesn't happen like it anymore, but it used to. And he came round, and I'd be there with all my cards from my family and friends wishing me well. And there we go. We got Peck Hong as well from Singapore tuned in. Hello, Peck. And you get your grapes. But I also had a bottle of Lucasade. A bottle of Lucasade. It was a glass bottle, and it was wrapped in gold cellophane. I don't know if you remember that back in them days. I don't know if we do it anymore now. It's probably plastic now, but then it was a glass bottle, and I had my Lucasade. So there you go. Anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome to the party. Tan Pek Hong, sorry, I beg your pardon. How are you from Singapore?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm actually in Malaysia right now. It's just across the border from Singapore.
You're in Malaysia today. Fantastic. How is Malaysia today? Is it sunny? Is it hot, cold? I bet it's hot, right?
It was raining in the day, actually. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, welcome to
Yeah.
the Friday phone. It's your first Friday phone in, isn't it? So it's lovely to have
Yeah, I think
to
so.
have you here. And how have you all been this week? Start with Zach's 8. What's been going on with you this week, Zach?
Another week, not too happy personally, but I have my reasons. There was a lawsuit this week in Delaware against. They claim that he dumped more than $1 billion of stocks on the space hype. If you remember, on August, when he and John Bezos, who will fly first. So we're looking at, they claim for years of misleading and sales of more than $300 million that he dumped basically once the stock was up. So I'm a little bit frustrated about space, but in other way, you gotta listen. So when Tom Lee said the beginning of the week 7 to 10%, yesterday was kind of 10% down, which was a great opportunity. So I really did some shopping yesterday, which I'm glad of.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. Team Fight Channel, how's your week been, apart from giving me a hard time?
Giving you a hard time on what?
You've been giving me all these comments.
Oh, the comments. Oh, my week been great. I went to a Braves game on Wednesday. Pretty good game to watch. Nice, cool weather, about 70 degrees out there in the evening time. Other than that, I've been buying more shares.
What you been buying this week?
I had ex-dividend date on some of my ETFs. I bought some today.
See, this is one thing I was going to ask you about today, and I'm glad you've called in because we were talking about growth versus dividends the other day, and I was talking about it, and I was saying, I think in your 20s, 30s, 40s, maybe even early 50s, it's all about growth. Dividend is about when you need to receive the income, but you look at it differently, don't you? You actually use your passive income to reinvest, which obviously I know you can do that even if you're in your 20s. I get it, but I've always had the belief that my belief is build up the largest portfolio you can, amass much money as possible, and then you move into a dividend paying situation where you're now receiving an income because now you need the money. At the moment, I don't draw money from it, so I just want to grow my portfolio. If you can get growth and dividends, then great. Like with me, I get the growth of the S&P and I buy the dividends comes in. I could live on that if I wanted to or reinvest it. But you are very aggressive on the dividends. You're all about the dividends, aren't you? Tell us about your strategy.
Well, first thing is, how do people invest in their investments? How do they get the money to invest? One question. They got to have a job. If you don't have a job, invest like in growth income. Like most of the growth incomes are like Tesla, Microsoft, all of them. They're all expensive. How do you get the money to buy at least one share of Tesla? That's $200. You can't do that. Now I use high yield investments to grow my portfolio. Then later on, I might go into. I had Coca-Cola, I had all of them, but they're slow dividends, 25 cents a quarter. I got one ETF that paid me today 31 cents a share this week, compared to Coca-Cola that would have been 25 a quarter. Divide 3 into 25, that's only like 8.5 cents. But I'm getting 31 cents this week.
Okay. But if you've got all this income coming in, are you paying tax on all this income?
On my brokers, yes.
You are.
That's only $1,000 dividends.
Okay.
This
You
month.
also do it on your Roth IRA as well, don't you? So you don't pay tax on it.
Yeah,
there.
Robin traditional. mostly where it is
Traditional.
at.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Because I
clearly
make
work.
between
It's
I make
clearly
between
working for
4
you.
to 5,000 in dividends a month.
$4,500 a month.
That's what I did last month.
What's the value of your entire portfolio?
Right now it's 132,
Wow.
132,000. That's
That
down. It was 151 before August.
okay. That's a good return then, isn't it? You're getting like $4,000 every single month.
Yeah, that's about 48,000
Do
a
you
year.
do you do you take any of that dividend out as an income for yourself, spend any of it, or you just invest it all back in?
It all get invested back in.
Yeah. You don't
I
do it
don't need it
automatically
now.
though, do you? Do you do it manually when the dips come, rather than automatically every month just as it pays out? How do you do it?
Well, on my weekly, because I'm building that one up, what I do, like if I get paid $70, I divide it by 5 because that's 5 trading days, right?
Yeah.
Divide that 70, then I use that month and um, buy it each day. I get the highs and I get the lows.
Okay. Well, it's an interesting strategy, and it does seem to be working for you. How long have you been running your portfolio now?
Be 2 years, November 1st.
We kind of started at the same time, didn't we? Pretty much doing it together. Very nice. All right, we'll come back to you in a moment. But I want to go to Malaysia now. Pek Hong, how has your week been? What's the stocks that you've been investing in this week? Are you up? Are you down? Are you having a hard time like like Zach Zate? He's been having some pain with his SPCE. How's your week been?
Yeah, I've been having a bit of pain with my stock as well, but I've been just holding it really. I'm in Malaysia now to see my family actually. I've just seen them. It was really great and had a love and it was just great. Nothing very eventful going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was all
Okay.
good. Yeah.
I mean, you don't always have to have an eventful week. We can just be sitting and waiting and taking our time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that as well. How do you feel? We've got just a few days to go, and we're going to cover the FOMC report. I'm calling it Nvidia Day. I think it's going to be a huge event on our channel. We're not expecting. Well, we are expecting a 0.25 rate cut. That seems to be the consensus now. How do you feel about that? Are you comfortable with that? Do you think it will benefit your stocks at all?
Yeah, I think it will definitely have an impact on the stocks I own. That's why I'm just holding them. That's why I don't plan to sell or do anything with them. Like I said before, like I'm not just going to be a trader. I want to be an investor. I want to believe in the businesses that I own
I love that.
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've had this conversation before, that I'm so impressed from such a young man that you're sort of talking like a seasoned pro. I just want to own the businesses. I want to be in a long-term investor.
Yeah, I'm not a pro, but yeah, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
but
about.
you've got
and I
you've
definitely
got a seasoned head on you. You've got a seasoned head on your shoulders, and I think you're going to do very, very well. Yeah, very good.
Thank you very
Congratulations
much.
to you. Yeah, yeah, brilliant. I can hear people in the background. You got. Is that you? Is there family and friends there with you?
No, I'm just in the Starbucks.
Oh, you're in a Starbucks. Oh, lovely. I'm going to a Starbucks straight after the show today because one of my
great.
viewers gave me a $10 super chat to buy Leah a cup of coffee. So I do enjoy that. It's very nice. What's your favorite
Yeah.
Starbucks?
Wow, that's a hard one. I think probably an oat latte with ice.
A cold
Yeah.
latte.
With ice. Yeah, that's right.
Can't be doing with that. Americans do that. they put ice in their tea. I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. You put ice in your
sugar.
tea and sugar.
I wouldn't put sugar in my tea.
Oh,
Isn't it
Southern
fun?
good style sweet tea.
I would never
it-
put sugar in my tea.
No. I like tea with milk. So look, tea without milk is merely vegetable soup, guys. You got to remember that. All right, it's vegetable soup. What are you drinking there, Zach Zate?
Coffee.
Italian coffee.
Italian coffee. That's one of my mugs, isn't it? Martynlucas.com. There you go. Oh, Virgin Galactic to 100. We still believe it can go there. We still believe it can go there, but things have to go right. And how long do you reckon it will be, Zach, before we start hearing from Virgin Galactic? Now rates are about to come down. It's a good boost for them. I wonder when we're going to hear from them and, get some updates on Delta. What do you reckon?
We're getting closer. There is no much different again, day by day. Three things that are very important about Virgin Galactic, which I gotta say, honestly, keep me satisfied and feel protected. First thing, Las Cruces. The city of Las Cruces has been developed to the customers that going to come. It's more than 10 years that the city has been expecting to the development of space. And for that reason also, the city, Las Cruces and New Mexico are sponsoring and supporting the hangar and the Spaceport America. We know that the building itself, and of course, I've been there, is one of the most exciting up to date and even future building to see. The second thing is the weather. We know the weather is always good there. We know the conditions, 365 days of a good weather, and the last, which is fuel saving because of the high altitude. They are above sea level, so their flights will take less fuel as saving. Those are the three benefits still that will hold forever for me on the Virgin Galactic. The fact of Richard Branson, which I think everybody hope, will put that money back in, which means once the ownership, once the put money back, like the 50 million of Nvidia, when they buy back, we know that we are in the right path. The same as dividend. What we're looking at dividend in the 90s, every dividend company was considered as the best companies because they give dividend, there was much loyalty. Yesterday, thanks to Stephen Lewandowski, his company got dividends on September 6th today. It was received last night. And once you receive the dividend, they ask you immediately, would you like to reinvest it? That was the main purpose of dividend, to grow the company. We pay you to buy us back. But a lot of people today lost the liability and they pull it to their account. So dividend companies are not the same as it used to be. As in the 90s, today it's different. And that's kind of topics I wanted to talk.
What's your thoughts on that, Zach? Fight Channel. Zach was talking about dividends there. Did you hear any of that?
Oh yeah, I heard it.
What's your thoughts?
What, on dividends?
Yeah. What's your reaction to that?
Space does it. I think they need to not do dividends. That gotta be a while down the road. But they do, if they start making a profit, yeah, buy back their stock. Try to boost their stock back up. I mean, where it started at back when they first came out, now to what it is or what it was before the last reverse. I mean, yeah, people are hurting
I'm
right
sorry,
now.
the Matador. Matador was the dividend company of Stephen Lewandowski.
Okay, Matador.
Yes, they give dividend yesterday, last night.
Well, Matador is an old company. I know Stephen Lewandowski's trying to make big money off that, and it hasn't gone that good lately. I mean, oil is going sideways, I believe. I mean, there's some companies that don't know what are they going to buy more oil or they need more oil. Is China using enough oil to make the oil prices at that price what it is? I mean, it just depends. I mean, if I had that dividend and it was below my cost average, yeah, I would buy more stock into Matador. But if it was above my cost average, I wouldn't.
What do you guys, all three of you, what do you think of oil generally as an investment? See, I can't get excited about oil, even though I know EVs and everything else is the future, blah, blah, blah. We're always going to use oil. I know that. It's in plastics, it's in rubbers, it's in your toothpaste. I mean, oil is in everything. But I just don't get excited about owning oil. Let's go to Pet Kong. Would you invest in oil? Do you invest in
I
oil?
mean, for me personally, I wouldn't invest in oil, not because I don't like oil, but because I haven't really gained much exposure to like, I'm not like a Stephen Lewandowski or whoever it was who is like in the oil industry and all that. So I wouldn't really touch something with that I'm not familiar with yet. So that's
Yeah.
just my 2 cents.
Well, that's very sensible. I feel that way with oil. I also feel that way with crypto. I don't believe in crypto enough. I don't understand it. Well, I understand it enough. Enough. But if you don't understand it, or you don't, just walk away. There's plenty of opportunities. There's always something else to invest in. What about you, Zach Zate? Do you like oil? Have you got any exposure to oil?
We're trading fuel every day. I go to the gas station, 520. I go the day after, 480. I go the day after. If I could buy a gallon of the 480 and use it, I will own a gas. We're trading every day. You go to shop, you talk about Coca-Cola. If you buy single Coca-Cola, $1. If you buy 10 packs for 12, it comes 45 cents. You can start deal and make money. We trade every day. We come with a coupon. It's the same product you get, but with the coupon you get dollar less. If you work and gain to the trading, the fuel will stay. Now there is a push for the hybrid, back to the hybrid. Everybody go back to hybrid, which is EV and fuel. So fuel remain and it won't go nowhere. We're trading it every day at the gas station.
I've never really thought of it like that, but it's true, isn't it? That is very true. We're trading oil every day, even though we don't think we are. Guys, look at this. Well, we're talking. We had a good earnings report today. Everything was just nothing rocketing, but it was okay. It was a good thing. Look, the markets rallied on it, and now they're all dumping off again. We just keep seeing. At the moment, we're just going through this sort of desperate period of September where everyone will say it's a bad month, but it really does seem that way, doesn't it? We've got stocks just going nowhere, then dumping off as the moment they go up. How do you all feel? This is the first time I think we've spoken since Nvidia. A great earnings by anybody else's standards. It would have been a great earnings, and it was a great earnings, as was Broadcom last night, both selling off. What do you think? I'll go to Fight Channel. What's your thoughts on Nvidia and the sell off? Good earnings and then just sold straight off.
I still think people still taking profit off the split. I mean, they just split right before we had a big downturn in August. Now we have another downturn in dang on September, like a month later. Technically a month later from August downturn, where I lost 20. I was down 28K. Now I'm back down another 20K. I mean, it's just what it is. I get my dividends, I reinvest. Whenever the stock market decide to go back up, I be regaining my profit back up.
Are you in Nvidia at all?
I don't own the Nvidia offhand. I own a UMax fund that does cover call on it called NVDY. Yeah. And they just paid me on Monday, gonna pay me $1.35 per share.
I do like your strategy. Every week you seem to be doing well, regardless of how the markets are doing. You always seem to have money coming in. It does sound good. What do you think, Nvidia? What do you think, Zach? Nvidia, great earnings, got sold off. I mean, it's priced to perfection, right? It's had. This is what people have to remember when they look at it and they go, "Oh, it's down 20%." Yeah, but it's up thousands of percent. You know what I mean? If you bought it 6 years ago, I mean, I often refer to my friend who's multi-millionaire who's bought millions of shares of Amazon. He bought it for pennies, and now look at it. He doesn't care when the market goes down 50%. He's up thousands. How do you feel about Nvidia, and are you in Nvidia?
First, let's talk like that in 6 years about the Virgin Galactic. Second thing, I think one does affect the other. Nvidia as the AI does take jobs because the more AI come in and grow, the less people work and the AI take over. So one is to another. When they expect 160 and we got the 120, basically the jobs And I personally deal with it daily. I'm looking always for workers. I'm looking for the good people, always trying to refresh. But I'm dealing with people like, all right, I got 2 jobs. So because in that job, I'm working from 6 to that, in that job, I can give you this limit. When I look at perfection, one job, make it perfect. Don't split yourself, or you're not a student. If you're a student, I understand. You can split, take 3 jobs, 4 jobs. But if you do want a perfection, concentrate in one work and be the best.
Fair comment. Fair comment. What about you, Pek Hong? Are you in Nvidia? Are you concerned about it?
Yeah, I'm actually in Nvidia. I started investing in it like since April, I think. Of $80 to $90. That's my average on Nvidia. Although I am investing in the S&P
Sorry, could
at
you
the
repeat
same
that?
time.
We just lost your audio for a second. Could you repeat that?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it must be my positioning. So I am in an Nvidia actually. My average is about $80 to $90 when I bought in April. While now it's at about 100 plus. I'm still technically earning profit on Nvidia, so it
Yeah,
doesn't concern me too much. Yeah,
exactly.
but in the long term, I still think there's a lot of growth potential because AI is still relevant, and there's
Yeah.
still a long way to go for the
No,
company. It's not going to go bust.
I agree with you, and it's a completely different sentiment, isn't it? I had people buying it at 120, 130 on the day of the earnings, which is something you never do on a stock price of perfection. Are all like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
right.
it's all down. You bought it 80, and you're happy as Larry. You're thrilled. You don't care, do you? You're up and you just brilliant, no problem at all.
Yes, that's right. I still think that, Nvidia, like with all the fundamentals and like the stock reviews you have done, it's given me like more confidence to know like, oh, is this stock actually something I really want to invest in long term, or is this something I should hold back in, for example? And I think
Yeah,
Nvidia, like what Zach said, it's like the king of AI right now. You can't just dethrone it like that,
I
and it will
agree
take
with
like
you.
something much bigger
I
to
agree. I
even get
agree.
close.
Well, folks, we've got this event coming up, and I want you to get your thoughts on this. We've got this event coming up in just 12 days' time. The FOMC report, Nvidia Day. We've got a poll running at the moment with 16 votes so far. We just opened it up this morning. At 62% saying a 0.25 rate cut, 31% saying a 0.5%, and 6% are saying unchanged. I want to get your thoughts on this. So what do we think? Zach Zate, what's your prediction for the FOMC report?
How they said in Hollywood, cut.
Cut to what, though? 0.5%? More? Less? Quarter?
By the end of 25, we'll be on 4%.
No, but what will the rate cut be on the day?
25.
25
The
basis
job
points.
cut shows 5. The job report shows 5 to go to
0.5.
5. Yeah,
0.5.
0.5 to go to 5%. But I assume by the end of 25, we'll be at 4. So there will be more cuts. We got to go big or go home.
Well, if we get a 0.5% rate cut, that will send the market down because that will mean there's more underlying issues. We don't want that. I don't think we're going to get that. I don't think we deserve that. Fight Channel, what do you think?
It's going to be 0.25 this month, next month, and November.
Exactly. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. 0.25 every month,
In December, they won't do nothing because it'll be during the holidays. They'll wait till next year to start cutting again.
Yeah. What do you think, Peck? 0.5,
Yeah,
0.25? What do you reckon?
I think it will be a 0.25 because it's probably the most sensible balance right now in terms of a rate cut. It's not too exaggerated, but at the same time, it shows that the FOMC know that, and the Federal Reserve know that, the US economy is cooling now. They can't not sit on their laurels and do nothing. But at the same time, they don't want to send shockwaves to the
That's
market
it.
and to the economy.
That's it.
Yeah, I
That's
think
where
that's the most sensible.
That's where I am. So 3 against 1. Zach's 8. We all think 0.25. You're going for 0.5. You're going all in. Chop their heads off. Let's get done.
I hope.
Yeah, well, we shall see. It would certainly help Virgin Galactic the most. Good
It
businesses.
will help a lot of people. It will have the house industry, the marketing, the car industry. Everybody, all those holes will open up to new loans, and the banks will celebrate.
I mean, that's the point. That's the point. There are two things at stake here. There's investors on the stock market, and the economy for everybody else. They're separate. Now, if we got a massive rate cut, I mean, let's say he went down 2%. All right, massive, never been done ever. 2% drop, boom. Everybody who borrows money is going to be instantly better off. Everybody who's got a mortgage is going to be instantly better off. Everybody that wants to start a business can borrow money cheaper. Everybody gains. That's great. The general economy, woohoo, everything's just got cheaper. We love it. However, the stock market would plummet off a cliff. So two different things. Economy is not the stock market, right? And we care about the economy because we all live in it. We all pay bills, but we also care about investing as well. So I want to see a 0.25. So we all get a little bit of relief, but we don't trash our investments for the future. But whatever happens, it'll all bounce back in time. It'll all set itself. If you're a long-term investor, it doesn't really make a difference anyway. Long-term, it doesn't. As long as you are not over-leveraged, it won't matter. Final question before I wrap this up, but before we have our FOMC, I'm expecting 40,000 to join us. Wouldn't that be amazing? 40,000. We've had 38 now. Can you believe it, Zach? I mean, you've been here from the beginning, same as Fight Channel. We've done these big events with 50 people watching and thinking it was great. Wow, we've got 50 people. Wow, it's our first 100, and now we're talking about possibly 40,000. I can't believe it, but that's the number I'm predicting. So I got all super confident and thought, well, if we've got 40,000 people joining me now, I'm going to cover the US election, like the TV stations. So this is the event. So I'm going to ask you about this. What do you think we're going to get from this? So this is happening in just 4 days' time. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, they're going to debate live on my show. I mean, Donald Trump's called me up this morning and tried to, give me some money to promote him a bit more. I said, no, Donald, I can't be doing that, mate. I've got to be fair about this. So, and just in case anybody doesn't get my sense of humor, Donald Trump did not ring me up this morning. But there'll always be one person who says, Martyn Lucas pretending now. So Donald Trump phoned him up. So I just got to put that in there. So I know you don't want to give your political views away, and that's fair enough. Please don't do that unless you want to, of course. But what do you think of the debate? What do you think we're going to learn from it? Fight Channel, you looking forward to debate, or you couldn't care less?
I don't really care less. I'm getting tired of all the advertisements already of each other bashing each other. They're taking segments out of the worst part of each segment and putting them together. Like really, come on now, I'm getting old.
I have to say, I'm with you on that. In the UK, and before the Americans say to me, well, there's only 70 million people, and we've got 350 million people. Well, other countries have that sort of number. We do the election in 1 day. We open it in the morning, close it in the evening, it's all done. Campaigning starts about 4 to 6 weeks before the event. Done, dusted, boom. And all the election happens in 1 day. I believe in America, it's over about couple of weeks, isn't it? They sort of open early elections, and it goes on, and people say, well, it gives everyone a chance to vote. And people say, well, there's so many people in America, you can't possibly do it in 1 day. Of course you can. You just open, we call them polling booths in England. You call them voting stations, I think it is in America. You just have a few more voting stations. You open enough to get it done, and you do it in 1 day. I think the election should just happen in 1 day. I think it's going on for months and months and months seems a bit ridiculous, because it seems to me like shouldn't these politicians be busy doing the job of running the country, not spending the last 6 months running around the country saying vote for me? What do you think, Zach Zay? Do you think it's a bit all overdone, or we could all do it in 1 day?
We can always get better. I want clean elections. I don't want any blames of votes and missing, and I think the debate itself should show the face of America in the way of growth, because America is the number one in the world, and the president is in the main seat to manage and take the boat of America. We're in a very difficult times in the world and in the US. The elections are critical for the world, but also for the US, because we are in front of a phenomenal times. You know, I remember the 80s and 90s with the Olympics in Atlanta and LA. A lot has happened. We have the World Soccer Games coming about 40 minutes from me, one of my dreams, and I will enjoy that. But once we see what happened in the last event in the US, we got to put ourselves strong and definitely behind a great leader, which the debate will show who is more into the job.
Fair
I'm
enough.
very fascinated and excited.
Yes, yes. I'm looking forward to presenting it. I've got a few surprises. I'll have to wear some American clothes, American jacket, and make sure I'm completely neutral. I'll have red lights and blue lights. So I'll have a bit of both. And our spaceman is there. We go. We got American flag. Yeah, I'll have plenty of that. I'll have plenty of that, Zach Zate. Pek Hong, of course, you're not even from America, but do you have any interest in what goes on with the election in the US, or it doesn't bother you at all? And please be honest, it's perfectly fine.
I used to have some interest in the election in the US, but honestly, after like the past few elections, I couldn't really be bothered much, because at the end of the day, it's just like two people fighting over a place in the White House. Honestly, to me, like just now you said about like having the elections over one day versus like a few months. I think you're right. I think they should have it over one day, just like in the UK and even Singapore. They do campaigning for a few weeks, and then it's just the election day, everyone goes to vote, and that's it. It's much simpler, really.
Yeah, I don't know why it goes on for months and months and months. It just seems, I don't understand it. But, you know, every system, every country has its own way of doing things. But we shall see. It would be nice to not have the squabbling come across completely presidential. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to lead the most powerful country in the world. And, you know, the question I often think about, I ask myself, are these the two best Americans? Are these the two best Americans? Of all the 350 million Americans, these are two best Americans? And theoretically, shouldn't they be? Shouldn't they be? I think in England, we've had the best English person probably about twice. Because Boris Johnson certainly wasn't the best Englishman ever. And what we have now certainly wasn't the best English. We don't have it now either. But I think over the history, we've had, I think, two leaders, whichever political side you are on, you might agree with me, two recognizable, stately leaders of England over our history would be Sir Winston Churchill and Margaret Thatcher. Now, you might not agree with the politics, but they were statesly. They represented the country. Rightly or wrongly, you might prefer different parties, but they represented England, or as I should say, the United Kingdom. And I just hope that whoever wins, whether it's Trump or Harris, represents the United States in a presidential way that can be looked upon with respect around the world, as it should be, for the office that they hold. But anyway, thank you for joining me today, folks. I'm going to wrap up our show today. We've only got a couple...
Martyn.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I was just going to add on your statement about like the two PMs that represented the UK, and I did think of Margaret Thatcher before you even said that, because she's such an influential leader. Like this, whatever you think or say about her, like you can't deny the fact that she definitely like played a pivotal role in like shaping Britain's history. Like I've studied a bit of it, so I definitely know. Like a
well,
thing or
thank
two.
you. It's it's lovely to talk to you from Singapore. I know you're in Malaysia today, but to get a perspective from you, how you see the US elections and your comment there to the US, to the UK as well. I'm looking forward, as the weeks go by, that we have more and more people call in from around the world and we get all these opinions. But sadly, we only have 2 more of these to go, because I'm taking a break. In October, I'll be taking the month off. I haven't announced it until today. The last time I took a break was 2 years ago. And you may remember what I did is I recorded some videos that will come out each morning at the same time to keep everyone together, give you something to watch, just so, you know, my channel doesn't die and everyone forgets me. And then I'll be back in November. But I'm still be here. I'm just going to turn off the lights, turn off the computer, and let it all cool down and give the studio a bit of a deep clean and just take a break. Zach say I can see something's brewing there. I can see you're trying to get something on the screen.
Invention! There is an invention over here.
It wouldn't be the same, would it? It wouldn't be the same if we didn't have a visit from one of your space objects. For those who don't know, Zach said it's got lots of space objects, but none of you, even Zach Zate with his rockets and spaceships and hats and t-shirts, none of you have the ultimate space souvenir, because I am the ultimate space souvenir. My godfather was Kenny Baker. R2-D2, the man inside the robot, was my godfather. So there you go. That makes me the ultimate space souvenir. Anyway.
I can speak to you in your own language if you want.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think Zach Zate's losing it. But there we go. We love it. We love the fact he's losing it. Oh, by the way, is your wife back with you now?
No, still in Texas. And 5% cash back for Robinhood ticketing for traveling. So if you want to book
yes, Martyn.
5% cash back, and they do traveling now. So December, I will be to Texas as every year, and hopefully we'll have an option maybe to meet again for the
Yes.
Tomahawk.
I know. We missed. Yes, I'm looking forward to that this time. I'm definitely on for that. Very, very much looking forward to that. Well, guys, I'm going to have to let you go. We're going to wrap up the show. I'm going to do my little promo video in a second, because tonight, of course, it's Friday night is music night. 2 hours of price party prediction on the party channel. Looking at the week upcoming, see where the stocks are going to go. Looking forward to the debate. Looking forward to the FOMC report, Nvidia day. And then, of course, an hour of music after that. It's an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Just want to share with my mates, because you're all my friends, you know, how we're growing. I can't believe, 38,000 friends. It's nuts, isn't it?
Congrats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Martyn.
Yes.
Actually, tonight I'll be heading back to Singapore, so I might see you when I reach in Singapore for the live event.
Great. Love to have you in your little spot there, singing along, being part of it. That would be absolutely great. Well, you have a safe journey. Bon voyage to you. And thank you ever so much for everyone for calling in today. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Martyn.
Thank you very much indeed. Love to have you there. There you go. That's the Friday phone-in. Absolutely awesome. That was lovely to have everyone calling in. Brilliant. Right. Okay, we're going to wrap up the show right now. So we're just going to do our promo for tonight. This is our video, which will go out for tonight. So let me just do that for you now. We've still got 125 of you with us. Zach's sake, I think it's got something wrong with his phone. It happens every week. He'll sort of keep calling in. If you hear that little beeping noise, that's Zach's sake calling in. Right, let's wrap this up then. Let's bring this in here and do our promo at the end. Whoops, daisy, I've gone the wrong screen. Where am I going? There we go. Let me just take this here. So, party at end. Right, let's wrap this up. Right, here we go. Bring this on the screen. Right, here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. It's 2 p.m. Central, Friday night. I'm normally live. Well, I used to be live at this time every Friday night, but now I'm not. I'm here for a couple of minutes telling you about I'm live, but somewhere else. As you know by now, it's price party prediction. Every Friday at this time, I send you over to my party channel where I provide you with prices and predictions for the upcoming week with no ads. It's my gift to you and my members every week. I don't make any money from the live stream. I invite you into my studio, my music studio, where we spend 2 hours discussing the prices and the predictions for the upcoming week. We've got some big events to come up this week, next week as well. Of course, we've got our election debate, a U.S. election debate, which I'm going to cover live with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump live on my show. Yet they both called me up this morning and said they're very excited to be with me. So that'll be cool. I'm only joking, of course. You have to put that in because not everyone gets it. So that's happening. We'll be discussing that on tonight's show. Also, the FOMC report, which I'm now calling Nvidia Day, which I think it will be. A lot of volatility, a lot of options for you to trade and make money. And then we start a whole new era. Remember, it's been a few years now of rate hikes. So we're looking forward to a whole change of economic climate. We'll also be looking at the prices for the following week for all our favorite stocks, from Virgin Galactic to the S&P 500 to Nvidia, and now Broadcom and other stocks like that. We've got many we'll be predicting. And then after 2 hours of debate and conversation about the upcoming stocks and the upcoming week, you'll also have the opportunity then on Sunday to join Sensei for the charts and all the rest of it. I'll give you the link below, above my head and below in the description. We then go into 1 hour of music. And hopefully by tonight, I would have learned a few more songs because a few of you have requested some new songs. So I'm going to be in the extra channel right now. And I'm recording this in the opening bell in the morning and trying to learn some more songs. So join me tonight for Price Prediction Party. So this is the end of the pre-recorded part of it. And then what I'm going to do now is click above my head or down below. And if you wait to the very end, right here, it will be the event. And down here will be our next live big event. And the big event we're talking about now is the US election. You might want to join us. So there is the Price Party Prediction on the party channel, my music channel. Down here is the US debate. You might want to join us for that. Live phone-ins, lots of American surprises, and of course, our 2-star guests, Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, will be live on the show. But if you've waited to the end, hopefully you have by now, as I finish the video, it'll automatically take you right to the event. So you can join me live for 2 hours of price, party, and prediction. Join me now live on the party channel. 2 hours of it, ad-free. It's my gift to you, followed by some party music, where you might just have a beer or two. Take care of yourselves and each other. All right, there you go. Right, we've still got an amazing audience. I cannot believe we've still got 120 people with us live this morning. Absolutely amazing. Let me catch up with all the comments. Are we in public mode now? Or we are in public mode. All right, let me scroll back and do the last 20 or so questions, and then we'll wrap up. RW, how are you this morning? Lovely to have you here. Sorry about Virgin Galactic, but does not have a visible business model. Nonetheless, should anyone be investing in space launch unless Rocket Lab? We do like Rocket Lab here on the show. Yes, we do. They're very different businesses, though. Matador, point 2. Stephen Lewandowski. Matador, great earnings, but just sell. Why is that? Stephen Lewandowski is our oil expert. Often he calls it on a Friday. He missed today. Matador dividend 1.41. Oil price and gas prices are low, so Matador prices are also down. That's right. Aptera IPO coming out with a year from now. Aptera is a vehicle that refuels itself. A vehicle that refuels itself. Well, I know what a solar-powered car would do. That would refuel itself, but I've never heard of this one. Something new. Thank you, Stephen. Matador hit my buy alert a minute ago. Martyn, you should make their faces bigger. Just my opinion. Christopher, I appreciate that. I'm trying to, I'm experimenting with a few things at the moment. Appreciate your comment on that.
David Hensley donated $2 through a super chat. Trump keeps asking me about Binky Bonk. Smiley face.
I bet he does. But one of the reasons why I do it the way I do it, Christopher, is because about 30% now, it's increasing all the time, of our audience watch on TV. I've always said I'm a YouTube TV channel. I build the channel to be like that, and it's got big sound. It's got Ultra HD. If you watch on TV, you'll maybe see it differently, and that's what I'm going towards, more and more towards TV. But I also want to make sure, because if you are watching on a smaller device, that you do have the higher resolution. What you do is this: click the cogs, go up to quality, and you can see I'm broadcasting Ultra HD, and later on it goes up to 4K as well. So there you go. Make sure that you are using the Ultra HD setting. You will see the quality will improve like 1,000%. You can zoom in and it'll just be even better. So that's the reason why I do it the way I do it. But I'm always looking at new ideas and trying to improve it. Today I've got a few things I wanted to improve as well. Okay, let's have a look here. Creature, thank you for that. Feels like a bad car wreck. All we can do is watch the sell-off and go shopping. If you want to buy something that is reliable and good dividend, then buy Pfizer. Well, yes, I've done a review on Pfizer. I said Pfizer was a great company, yes. Also, TPL, Texas Pacific Land as well. You own Texas. TPL, very good stock. One of the best I've ever seen, actually. Google down 13% on the 3-month. Hell bells, I'm down 7%. Unthinkable. ExxonMobil has been killing it while we talk oil. Why is the market down today? Well, it shouldn't have been. It was a good report. But it's, people taking profits. It's all about building up and driving it down to buy more. I see it as a bullish sign. We are in a bull market still. We are still in an uptrend. People taking profits to drive it down to buy it up, which means they want to buy it up. I'm already in. I'm already up anyway. It's just not low enough for me to buy more. So I'm fine with this. Up 609,000 on oil in 4.5 years trading. It's a double top, confirmed. Take me to discount town. Are we going to the 90s very soon? Vote in 1 day. Vote in 1 day? What's the vote? Yes, vote in 1 day. Oh, you talk about the elections, yes. We're only 2% away from the last crash bottom on VU. The election ended up being a battle against religious. Okay. 1 day to vote for the win. I can't stand what it's all become. 1 day to vote for the win. 1 day to vote for the win. Oh, yes, I can't, yes. I'm just trying to get it in context. Martyn, doing the YMCA Trump victory dance. That would be fun, wouldn't it? What happens if inflation continues? I mean, doing the dance, I mean. What happens if inflation continues after rate cuts? Well, then we would be in trouble. That's why we only want 0.25%. Because remember, 0.25% still puts lots of pressure on the market, on the economy. That's why we don't want 0.5%. See, 0.5% could send the inflation back up again. And that would be the worst thing. You just made me laugh with your comment that are they the best two Americans? Next one will be Nigel Farage. You just made me laugh with your comment about two Americans. In my opinion, Nvidia is definitely not a $200 stock. I think around 150, and we won't see that until 2025. Well, that's not that long away, is it? Lived in the area before his passing. He was Chewbacca. He was an amazing man. Chewbacca was... can't remember his name now. Anyway, Great phoning, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you, David Hensley. Happy Friday, everyone. Good luck. Super chat. Trump keeps asking me about Binky Bonk. How many days until the FOMC report? You can see it right here on the show. Here it is. There it is on the screen. It's below. It's on the homepage of the channel right there. Live in 12 days' time. There it is. We've already got 153 likes with 12 days to go. Absolutely amazing. It's going to be a huge event for everybody. Yeah, very excited about that. Friday, full day, Fed day. What if the Fed say no cuts or cut postpone? It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And no rate cut wouldn't be a disaster. A rate increase would be a disaster, and a half, I think, is a disaster. Nothing or 0.25 is business as usual, but we are expecting really confidently of that. Is Nvidia falling below 101? Let's have a quick look. I've got to wrap the show up now. I'm trying to answer everyone's questions. Nvidia, 102. Dear, oh dear. Yes, Blood Eclipse, TPL, great business. It's a buying opportunity if a recession isn't starting now. Otherwise, it will be a slow dump for 6 months or more. Do you have any general knowledge on crypto miners? No, I don't. I absolutely don't. Sensei on Sunday will do that for you. All right, I've got through all the comments. I'll now switch back to members only for a few moments in case there's anything urgent coming in. I cannot believe we've had 2,000 people through our stream this morning. Look at this. The numbers are just so quickly going up. 2,000 in a regular show. It's just, I can't believe it, really. Just amazing. Look at our 35,407. Bloody hell. Amazing. Right. Okay, that's it from me. So I've done the recording for the promo tonight. What we'll do now is day trader of the day. We will do our roll the credits, who are the stars of our show, and we'll also send you to the extra channel. I'm going to be rehearsing in the studio, learning some songs. I don't think you'll be able to hear me because of copyright reasons. But I'm going to try and learn some new songs for tonight and getting ready. So there we go. Let me give you the link. This is extra. We were trying to think of Peter Mayhew. Is that it? I can't remember the name now. Thank you very much, Charles. There's the extra channel. This is where we go in between the shows. You can be here. And join me. I'm going to give everyone now, there's the extra channel. That's where we're going to be in a few moments' time, behind the scenes. But I'm going to give you've all got the FOMC report. You've all seen that. If you could go and vote and leave a like and all the rest of it on the US election. It's pinned to the top, but there it is as well. Leave a like there. We've got 11 likes now. Let me scroll, see how many we got there. 14 likes now. Fantastic. What's the poll looking like? 22 votes. Trump, 82%. In fact, I'll do that as well. Party at end, then debate. Okay. With the market still selling off, just days away from the FOMC report and the US election debate, we're covering all of it live. I want to share with you this. We're also running a poll right now. Who will win, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris? In 4 days' time, on September the 10th at 6 p.m., I am covering the US election debate. I am doing this, and Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are the stars of my show. They're live on the show with me. I'm very excited. And in the chat, we are running right now a poll. Who will win the debate? Will it be Trump? He's got 82% so far, and Harris has got 18% so far. You might want to vote. We just got 22 votes. We just opened it up a few moments ago. So I will give you the link for that right now so you can do that. Also, you might like to join us for the FOMC report as well. Another huge event with the markets here. We're calling it Nvidia Day. We do expect a lot of volatility with Nvidia. And we are running a poll there as well. 0.25 or 0.5 or unchanged. 62% are saying 0.25. So there we go. There are two major events coming up right now. I'm going to cover the US election debate, and if it's successful, we'll do the election itself. It's going to be the most honest place to watch the US election because you're going to get to hear from both of the candidates as it is broadcast. But before and after, we will talk and we'll open up, we'll fact check, we'll give everyone the chance to call into the show and be on the show. And there's also going to be some American surprises as well. I don't think you're going to expect what you're going to get, though. It might be a bit of a surprise for many, but I'm looking forward to presenting it. So click above my head for all the links for the US election, the debate, the FOMC report down below in the description. And over here, I'll put the two events. Here, I shall put for you the US election debate. And here, I'll put the FOMC live Nvidia Day. Join us. And I hope you've watched to the end of this video, because if you have, it'll automatically take you to the first event. And the first event, of course, is the US election debate. So hopefully you've watched to the end, and now as if by magic, on the screen, you'll be taken there so you can leave a like, a comment, and vote in our poll. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right. Always, Zach say, always love it. Always love it. Thank you. Right. We are done. I think we are done. Let's do Day Trader of the Day, roll the credits, and see who the stars of our show were today. So, are you up or down? I'm down 2% again today. Down 2.12. So I'm not going to win today, am I? Down 2.2. There you go. Let's roll the credits and let's see who the stars of our show are today. Shoot beat dooby doot da da doop doop shoot me da wa. Roll the credits. Here we go. The stars of our show today were new subscribers Yagisan, Turdask, okay, I can't pronounce that. Sean, Fabio, Adam. Members, Paul, not sure how that happened. Super Chat, Butch, Real Mexican Joker, and David Hensley. Thank you very much indeed for your Super Chats, your support, and your subscriptions as well. Thank you very much indeed. Let's now have a look. Down 0.87. Stephen wins so far. Down 5.3, down 3.1. Stephen Lewandowski, is he going to be the winner today? He could very well be the winner on today's show. Let's have a look. Stephen Lewandowski so far is the winner, down 0.87. We've got some more members who joined me today on Discord, but nobody gave me their usernames in the chat, so I can't bring anybody else in. I've got someone who sent me a friend request called GHJ. I cannot accept a friend request from someone I don't know. Any more scores? Down 1.07. So we're going to give it to Stephen Lewandowski. Congratulations, Stephen. You have won today. Congratulations to you. Thank you for your honest trades. We do appreciate it very much indeed. And give him a thumbs up as well. We love it. That's it from me. Thank you very much. Join me now on the Extra channel. I'll be there. I'll be putting out these few videos and trying to learn some new songs. And I'll see you back tonight for Price, Party, and Prediction. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other.